No mai, hara mai, ki whakatū. Welcome to the Trafalgar Centre in downtown Nelson. Friday night hoops coming to you from the NZNBL here on the home of sports, Sky Sport. The MBS Nelson Giants taking on the night and day Otago Nuggets. Round 13, and we start, as always, with the Sky Broadband Rapid League. And a very welcome to you. Hugh Baden here alongside former Nelson Giant and former Otago Nugget, Tom Ingham. Tom, in for a good one here tonight. Two bottom of the ladder teams in the NBL, but two high flyers in the Rapid League going toe-to-toe tonight.
Yeah, definitely. The Rapid League game I'm really looking forward to. You know, the Giants still sitting at the top of that ladder, still setting a really high tone and precedent in terms of their players. We see the ladder right here, Giants flourishing up the top with the Fire dropping a couple of games. The Nuggets down there in fifth, but they are still a very quality team, and there's a lot of firepower, so expecting a really good one tonight, Hugh.
The Giants been led by this young core, of which they will fare well. Three of them tonight. Hayden Jones, Lockie Crate, Will Blight, playing their last games in 2025, and for how long, who knows, as they head overseas to begin their careers in the collegiate system. As we see the starting five for the Otago Nuggets: Martin, Knox, Smiler, Stoddart and Boomer.
Yeah, a big one there is Max Stoddard. You know, this is a guy that plays with a lot of physicality, but is showing that he can shoot the three as well. So he gives a lot of flexibility to this lineup, with Darcy Knox starting at the start of the season, has moved to this Rapid League side, so puts a bit of experience alongside Smiler as well, who's had a great NBL season too, I think, stepping up into a bigger role.
Alex McNaught remains in civvies all night tonight, so James Matthews back in action. He'll start the Rapid League game alongside Hayden Jones, Lockie Crate, Aston Inwood, and the Giants captain Sam Dempster.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about, there's three guys here that are starting their, you know, collegiate journeys, and also with the age group Tall Black stuff. So, you know, an emotional night, especially for that man on screen, Hayden Jones. You know, the family is in the crowd. No doubt we'll get some shots of them tonight, but, you know, the boys will be wanting to get a win tonight to, you know, send those guys off the right way.
Hayden Jones, 19 years old, has played 39 NBL games already, which is pretty outrageous. And the big question is, when will we see him again? We'll talk about that, I'm sure, a lot throughout the night. For now, let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats in the Rapid head-to-head. Yeah, so a big part of that, I think, is the points per game. You know, the Giants lead the league in Rapid League points per game, 37. The assists, they're up, but that X-Factor one, I'm glad to see both those two guys on screen. You know, these are guys that Aston Inwood and Caleb Smiler, they don't necessarily show up in the box score, but they impact winning directly on both ends of the floor. So, you know, a great battle for those two tonight. Sam Pan, Amy Jo Clark and Taylor Lynch will don the whistles. As we're ready to get underway here on Friday night at the Trafalgar Centre.
16 minutes.
Big Max Stoddard will contest the tip, formerly Canterbury Ram, up against the former Manawatu Jet, Lachlan Crate.
You just met Lockie Crate's old man before. Good rooster, so good to see there's good stock in that family.
Good Manawatu man, formerly of Fielding High School. Sampan releases the ball into the Nelson sky, and we're underway, and Hayden Jones controls a messy tip. And James Matthews and the Nelson Giants get us underway. Finds Lockie Crate, bit of space. Draws a foul, early doors from Caleb Smiler, and it'll go to the Chemist Warehouse to shoot two.
And that really has been a bit of a theme. The Giants out of quarters, out of start of the game even, you see in that situation, they get Lockie Crate trying to get either a rip, an early post up, and able that instance to draw the foul on Smiler, get to the line.
Averaging 5.9 points in the Rapid League is young Lockie Crate.
Yeah, plays with a lot of energy, Lockie Crate, and you know, this is a guy, as he misses the second from the Chemist Warehouse, brings a lot to this Giants team. As we see Smiler bringing the ball up the floor.
Averaging probably 1.5 highlight plays a night as well, I'd suggest.
Yes, he is.
Smiler with Dempster on him. Here's Darcy Knox, a long time Otago Nugget. Won a couple of championships with the Nuggets as well. Misses the first layup, and Dempster brings it down. Crate wide open for three from the wing. Stoddard gets the rebound.
And you see, I like this from the Nuggets. Get the ball down the floor, start to set the pace and tone, and you see the turnover there. Giants looking to run it straight back down the Nuggets' throat.
Hesitation from Jones, picks up his dribble, and then resets through James Matthews.
And you see the Nuggets sitting in a zone, well, it appeared to be a zone, but they've gone back out, and Darcy Knox was mismatched, but able to get back on that switch.
5 on the shot clock for Jones. A rangy step into a sideways three-pointer that he gets to drop.
And he's showing that, Hayden Jones, you know, with that going between the legs and able to take that step back, but almost a bit of a side step going to his left hand. Looked really comfortable in there.
Martin throws a bit of a speculative pass. Stoddard does really well to tip it over to Knox in the corner. And here's Christian Martin. Thought about the three, shoots the three. Bounces around a bit. Inwood comes down with the board.
The Giants need to be aware of Christian Martin. You know, he's a guy that can light it up from downtown, so needs to get a hand up on that one.
Hayden Jones, 2 feet in the paint, elevates, drains the two.
So pretty, Hayden Jones. You know, does such a good job on both right and left hand, but especially going right. Pulls up, and it's really hard to block that shot with how rangy he is.
Smiler sizing up Dempster. Great pass to a nice cut. And it's Lockie Crate who commits the foul. And Liam Boomer who will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, great job there from Dempster to stay in front. You know, Smiler thought he had the mismatch, but you see in this instance, Lockie Crate just loses sight of Boomer. Boomer able to draw the contact and will be rewarded with 2 at the Chemist Warehouse.
Boomer puts Nuggets on the board from the stripe. As we see the Giants brains trust, a couple of former Nuggets there as well. Mike Fitchett, 3 or 4 years at the Nuggets, I think, actually. And Phil Jones, his 1 year out of 24 in the league that he didn't play at the Giants. He played at the Nuggets.
100 points in a club game too, which if you just ask him, he'll tell you all about. No doubt about that.
And he'll be really quick to mention he got 6 assists as well. His son driving across the baseline, along the baseline and finishing, Hayden Jones.
Yeah, obviously last night here for Hayden Jones, he's wanting to make an impact and has started straight away in this Rapid League game.
He has all 7 of the Giants' points as the Nuggets fire back through Noah McDowell.
Yeah, Giants trying to get the trap there, but unable to utilise. You know, Nuggets do a good job of staying composed, find the open man.
Jones at the top with 12 on the shot clock. Finds a bit of daylight, strides down the lane, blocked by Smiler, and here come the Giants, the Nuggets the other way. Martin out of control, tries to regather, jump ball, the call. So the Nuggets retain possession.
I'm loving Hayden. You know, he obviously had that 3 before where late in the shot clock, but straight away trying to get downhills. You see James Matthews there nearly able to get the steal. Martin, bit of a
just a little rugby tackle, brings it down to the ground.
Clear the ruck, son.
Stoddard rolls the hoop, Smiler.
Got to say a big thank you to Sales Authentic New York.
Nice over to McDowell. Again, Stoddard's in the screen. This time he gets positioned down low. Nice little shimmy and a nice finish, Max Stoddard.
That is really tough from Max Stoddard. You know, took the time there, gave the wee dream shake, but even to go with the offhand, right-hand finish there, that's impressive.
Dempster, catch and shoot. In and out for Sam. As Max Stoddard gets the rebound, hands it off to Darcy Knox.
And one thing Darcy Knox does really well is he pushes the tempo, he pushes the pace. And, you know, straight away there you see he's trying to get out the gates as they're looking for Max Stoddard again. But Boomer goes to the 3.
Darcy Knox, I think I'm right here, Tom. You might know from your time in Dunedin, the Mid-City Magic legend. Is that right? Have I got the right club there?
Yeah, a few MVP, James Matthews for 3. But, yeah, Darcy Knox, yeah, MVP, I believe, a couple of 2 or 3 seasons maybe with the Mid-City Magic. But
and now the player coach, I believe, as well. He looks to go coast to coast, but loses the rock. 4 on the game clock in this first quarter. Who's going to get the shot up? Dempster is for 3. Can't get it to go. First quarter in the books. 10-6. The Giants lead. Hayden Jones with 7 of those for the Giants. Stoddard, McDowell and Boomer splitting the scoring for the Nuggets.
Yeah, Hayden Jones has really set the tone of this game in terms of what he's been able to offer, both going to the hoop and then also with that 3-2. But one thing I think, if we see 25% off any large pizza, not just a pizza, Hugh, any large pizza.
Sales Jam 25, the online code, or scan the QR code on your screen. Do you have a favourite?
I'm a pepperoni guy personally. I mean, I'm basic. I'm basic, but you know, it gets the job done. So
it does. I'm buffalo chicken, man.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I actually have had a buffalo chicken Sal's pizza at your house, actually, watching the Tall Blacks a few years ago now.
Yeah,
Jared West, Trey Morning, Sam Thompson.
That was a good night, wasn't it?
That was. And we watched that on our... It was on Sky Broadband, $50.
$50 a month for your first 12 months, skybroadband.co.nz.
Yeah, in terms of this game, if you're the Otago Nuggets, I'll be looking to go back to Max Stoddard. You know, showed that post touch, and I think being able to establish that presence on the inside, if you can't get that original push that Darcy Knox, Caleb Smiler are trying to get, you know, slow it down, get it to Stoddard, let him work.
4 minutes on the clock as the second quarter is underway. Matthews looking for his second three-pointer of the night, and he drains it.
And I love this from James Matthews. You know, this is a guy that's gone from strength to strength throughout the season, and to see him make his first 2 threes is a really good sign.
Stoddard looks to shove it over the Knox. Knox just keeps it in.
The Giants doing a really good job of switching right now. See, Inwood does a great job. Darcy Knox one too many steps.
A couple of 2 or 3 different pivot feet there, I think, for Darcy.
And you see the Nuggets right now looking like a bit of a 1-3-1 zone, really trying to clog up that paint, daring the Giants to shoot the ball. You know, it's something that they haven't done well, but you see Hayden Jones right there says, we do that all right.
10 points for Jones in this one, as Knox looks to counter with the 3 of his own. Chamberlain to the game, and he grabs his first rebound.
You see Stoddard started to move back. They've gone back to man. You know, the Giants have killed that zone with a couple of threes that they've hit, and now looking to switch screens with Stoddard on Jones.
Stoddard does a good job to shut Jones down. Matthews has to put up the 3 late in the shot clock. There's Big Will Blight bringing down the offensive rebound. All 6-9 of him. Jones wide open in the corner opposite the bench, and he drains another 3.
Hayden Jones has got it going right now. If you're the Nuggets, you have to identify him. He cannot be shooting any more open threes.
Foul called at half court, and that will give the Nuggets a chance to bring Martin and Boomer back into this game. Tom Gargiulo running the cutter for the Rapid League for the Giants today.
Due to win last week, you know, got over Phil Jones again, so he'll be happy about that one.
McDowell fires it back. Pizzette can't get it to go. And the Giants come the other way, looking to add to their 19-6 lead. Inwood fakes the handoff, Vicona style, and goes to the hoop. He's fouled, so go to the line to shoot 2.
And I think this is where the Giants are at their best, when they're not sluggish in terms of bringing the ball up and allowing Aston Inwood or whoever is at the 4 to initiate that offense. And he does such a good job that keeps action. Seen a few of them in the black and white when he was representing New Zealand at the under-23 3-on-3 also. His teammate Christian Martin, I believe, with the Nuggets as well.
So Hayden Jones gets a well-earned rest with Aston Inwood at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. He makes his second.
Aston Inwood makes the second for 2.
Caleb Smiler comes back into the game.
And sub on, Caleb Smiler coming on for the Otago Nuggets.
And you see the Giants sitting in what appears to be a bit of a 2-2-1 type of press to contain the Nuggets, and going back into a man, it looks like.
Knox trying to contain with the pace of the Giants defense. Martin, step back 3, drains it.
And Christian Martin can do that. You know, he's shown that at the NZNBL level 2. Is very adept shooting the ball from 3, off the bounce as well. So you see him utilise that moment there.
Matthews looks to split the screen. Got a bit of contact. Draws the foul.
A timely wee word there from Sam Dempster, right by Sam Pan, to just tell him that, you know, maybe he had his hands on James Matthews there.
Stoddart back into the game for the Nuggets. 1:41 to go in the first half here. 11-point lead to the Rapid League reigning champs and ladder leaders, the Giants. Here's Dempster, 8 on the shot clock. Backing down Boomer, spinning to the baseline. Double team, knocks right in there. Dempster needs to find a friend. Can't this time, so good defensive set from the Nuggets.
Yeah, great job there from Darcy Knox. Seen the recognition that, you know, Dempster went baseline, turned his head, able to as Christian Martin. That's a great look for him.
High-flying rebound from Lockie Crate after the three ball doesn't quite drop. Light up high, looking for someone to hand it off to. Oh, Martin read that well, and here he is in the open court. Pretty little finger roll.
And real urgency from the Nuggets coaching staff. They want them to get up the floor, put some pressure on, and that's everywhere, even when Will Blight catches that ball too.
Crate hands it off to Chamberlain. Blight, Matthews looking to move downhill. Dempster three ball and it goes.
Big hit from Sammy Dempster. You know, I'm really liking the Nuggets' intensity in terms of what's been upped defensively. Darcy Knox looking for the quick 2-and-1. It takes the Giants out of their offense a wee bit, but Dempster able to bail them out on that one.
Crate three ball. Nice find from Chamberlain, and Lockie Crate does the rest.
I'll tell you what, the Giants are just shooting the heck out of it right now, and that's ultimately the difference in this game.
Matthews right up in Caleb Smiler's smile. Oh, he cops one in his own smile and then one in the back as well. And the rest might have to intervene here. Otherwise, Sam Dempster's going to, by the looks of it.
And that's his high school coach too. You know, this is someone he sees a lot every day. And, you know, Sammy D didn't like the extracurriculars with Matthews and Smilers we see here on the replay. Matthews up and in a wee bit of a hand on. Interesting, we'll see what the refs are going to call with that one.
Sam Pan and Amy Jo Clark having a discussion. Just a wee warning, it looks like, for Caleb Smiler. The Giants coaches won't mind. James Matthews will be pretty happy with the job he's done there to get under his opponent's skin. And there's Matthews again, causing trouble. Smart looking to draw the foul, can't get it to go, gets his rebound, but time has expired in the first half of basketball here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game on a Friday night, and the Giants lead 26-11.
Yeah, great start from the Giants, and the big thing has been the shooting. You know, already they are 5 of 6. Sorry, I take that back. Sorry, 5 of 9 from three-point range, which has ultimately been the big deciding factor in what has happened so far. But you know, if you're the Nuggets, I think you had some success when you were getting up the floor, putting a bit of extended pressure on and taking the Giants out of their offense. But the big thing is, when they're hitting shots like this, you need to be able to rotate some shooters. But also, Hugh, love to see a wee bit of chip at the end of the quarter.
I was just about to say it. And hopefully it carries on into the main game tonight. Because if you are a neutral, you're turning on to watch a bit of basketball, you'll see the Chemist Warehouse stats across your screen, and you turn on to watch a bit of basketball, then, you know, two teams, bottom of the ladder. Well, let's not shy away from the fact we are looking at the two teams bottom of the ladder, Panthers withholding. Still a lot to play for this Giants side, though, who, you know, we'll talk about a little bit later. If they do win their remaining 3 games, they still can make the playoffs, so that'll be the only thing on their mind. But a little niggle early doors, you know, doesn't do anyone any harm, does it, Tom?
Well, and it sets the tone, really, as you see the assists, you know, consistent throughout. I think it's probably a big thing the Nuggets will be looking to do, trying to spread that out a bit more. But I think that's the beauty of Rapid League, too. If a bit of chip happens in Rapid League, you go into the sheds afterwards and there's a bit of chatter around, you know, we maybe felt a wee bit disrespected by the other team, and then all of a sudden, come the main game, you start to get that feeling and passion from tip-off, and we love to see that.
Half-time, the Sky Broadband Rapid League, like I say, 8 minutes to come, 26-11.
This is the Trafalgar Centre starting to gather a bit of energy ahead of the main event coming your way from 7:30.
Phil Jones there, fresh off his 18-point performance for the Stoke Bears against the mighty Waimea Knight Riders.
51 years old, Phil Jones still getting the job done in club basketball, even with a new hip. Wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it with my own eyes, unfortunately, the other night. Smiler drives past Dempster, finishes and gets the foul. He'll go to the line for one more. Beautiful move, Caleb Smiler.
Love that from Smiler, you know, obviously a bit of chip to end that quarter, comes out, goes straight downhill, and then you see the Nuggets bench, both the Rapid League players and the main players, they're starting to get upbeat too. So, you know, great signs for the Nuggets to come out, respond to, you know, a difficult first half and get the first bucket.
Gets the extra point to drop. Dempster bringing the ball over half court for the Giants. Hands it off to Crate. Matthews getting chased away from the three-point line. Has to find someone. He's fouled.
And I love that. I love that from the Nuggets straight away. You know, looking to double Matthews and put a bit of pressure on and make that, you know, short roll pass hard. And managed to get it through in the end with a wee bit of contact. But, you know, this energy, this is what the Nuggets need to do to get back into this game.
Jones off the kill, sides it up, Darcy Knox. 6 on the shot clock. Skips into the lane, puts up a high off the glass, gets it to drop. He cops the foul too, so Hayden Jones with a chance for the three-point play.
Tell you what, Hayden does such a good job at just staying composed, staying patient. You know, the shot clock was counting down. Darcy Knox doing a really good job of extending Jones out, but as soon as he gets a step on that right hand, it's really hard to block his shot, especially at the Rapid League level. So Jones looking to go for one more.
And does.
And does, as the stadium announcer helps us out with. A bit of pressure, full court from the Giants. A no-look pass. Probably should have been a look pass as we go straight out of bounds.
Too much hot oil on that Nugget.
And the Nuggets struggling a wee bit with that 2-2-1 set up for the Giants at the moment, you know, extending that pressure out, but the main idea of it is to contain. As you see Lockie Crate looking to initiate that offense. James Matthews going to some splits action.
Jones with Martin on him. Gets Martin to bite. Where's the foul? Can't get it to drop. We'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, and a great job from Martin there, staying in front. You know, Jones trying to bump him off just that last wee bit. As you see, scan that QR code, team merch, shop online now at Sterling Sports.
Always IQ to talk about the opposition's jerseys. What do we reckon? Nuggets have always got a pretty clean look since their reintroduction back into the league. Oh, geez, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, I do. I like the Nuggets. I like the Nuggets set up. In terms of ever since they've been back, really. I remember the old pinstripe was prominent for the Nuggets back in their, well, I don't want to say heyday, but come around 2010s, the pinstripe was really prominent, and always a fan of a good pinstripe.
Enjoy the Otapoti as well on the jersey. It's a nice touch. Big week for the Nuggets as well, of course, and the Hoiho with the ownership change after potentially some unnerving times for fans down there and employees, as Lockie Crate scored for a foul under the hoop.
Yeah, no, really great, really happy for Otago and the Nuggets that they could come to a wee bit of a resolution. You know, there's a lot of good people down in their Otago basketball community, and, you know, to see the Nuggets flourish, I think, is really important. So happy they could come to a bit of a resolution, and, you know, looking forward to seeing more of the Nuggets going forward.
Local ownership too, which I know has been well received by the fans down there.
Christian Martin for the Nuggets makes it first.
Had such heady times over since their reintroduction to the NBL. From the showdown, #1 pick to the #1 team that year. Well, the quarterback pass from Dempster to a scampering James Matthews. Jones in the corner. Gets the defender to bite. Great pass there. Lockie Crate does the rest.
Great job. It could have even potentially been an one there. You know, Crate able to work through the contact, and the Giants going straight back to that 2-2-1 containment press.
Knox trying to find a bit of space. Gets the pass through to Bazette. Mid-range jumper doesn't go, and Crate comes down with a rebound. Again, Matthews has leaked out. That pass a little too much mustard on.
Yeah, it's twice now Matthews able to, you know, leak out. The Giants now sitting in that zone, so, you know, Matthews not hanging around for that offensive rebound. See him trying to leak out straight away. Right idea, just a bit too much juice on that thing.
Martin double team. Matthews in there again, causing trouble for the Nuggets. Smiler down the baseline. He's fouled by Aston Inwood.
You know, and I think this is really important for the Nuggets. You know, you got to make sure that right now the ball's rotating around, but there needs to be that intent on the rim. And right now, Smiler is the main one providing that. And I think that's really important. The refs are calling it when there's a bit of contact in there, so you need to keep the refs honest. And because of that, Smiler's going to be rewarded with 2.
Takes a big breath after missing his first. Caleb Smiler converts his second. And Caleb Chamberlain will enter the game for the Giants. Lockie Crate takes a seat.
You know, Caleb Chamberlain, in terms of this Rapid League team especially, he's going to be a guy that's going to see a lot more extended minutes with Crate, Jones and Blight all going. So, you know, this is a guy that's more than capable, and this is a good chance for him to get comfortable in that now.
Jones brings the ball over half court, bounce pass to Inwood, fires it over to Chamberlain. He gets 2 feet in the paint, looks to thread it through to Dempster, but picked off nicely by the Nuggets, who go the other way. Smiler, Martin on his left, 3 ball. High off the back line, who's going to come down with that? The Nuggets are through Brissett. Darcy Knox doesn't think twice about the 3 and tickles the twine.
No hesitation from Darcy Knox, which is a great thing. You know, this is a guy that can shoot the ball. So, as we see right now, starting to get a wee bit chippy again, which, as we talked about, Hugh, we love.
That's the schoolboy, James Matthews. In the middle of it all here is Jones, steps into the lane, fires it over Chamberlain in the corner. He cops a bit of contact, he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, great job from Chamberlain there. Thought maybe he could have had that 3, but able to, you know, rip, go hard and generate the contact. So he'll have his first chance to get on the scoreboard tonight. Yeah, Knox nearly there, just a wee bit late, and gets him with the hip, as we see right now. Sam Dempster checks out the game, which always receives a pretty good round of applause by the Nelson faithful.
Chamberlain misses his first from the free throw line. Makes the second. The Giants lead 33-19, under a minute to go in the third quarter. Knox looking for help, finds it. 3 ball off the back line from McDowell. Matthews comes down with the rebound.
And a wee bit slow on a wee for Jays, just as I say that.
Oh, the alley-oop pass.
Showtime!
Caleb Chamberlain flying along the baseline.
And when Matthews gets downhill, he's very effective, and Caleb Chamberlain does a good job at recognising his defender had fallen asleep, able to get that alley-oop there.
Darcy Knox holding for the last shot of the third quarter. Can't get it to go. James Matthews comes down with the board. There's still 1.9 seconds to go, though. There was an early whistle there, I think, when the shot clock went off. The referees erroneously called an early end to the quarter, Tom. So the Giants will get possession with 1.9 seconds to go. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a BNZ player timeout, or you reckon they'll save that for the fourth quarter?
You know, if I'm the Giants, I'm probably saving that one for the fourth quarter. But hey, each to their own. And that's why I'm retired.
The timing was great. Perfect. Love it. BNZ player timeout. Scan the QR code for a chance to win tickets to this season's game. Thanks to BNZ's Ticket to the Big Game. Not many games left either.
No, there really isn't. The season, you know, it's coming, it's going incredibly quickly. You know, we get to that business end of the season. You know, Rapid League is starting to take a bit more shape, but in terms of the middle of the ladder in the New Zealand NBL, right now, it is an absolute cluster, and it is completely up for grabs. So, really interested to see how it all unfolds.
Jones is going to get the last shot of this quarter. It's going to go. They're going to call it as a 2, and it counts. So the Giants finish the quarter 37-19 up. 4 minutes to go in this one.
And I see Darcy Knox still having a yarn with the referee there.
Have a look at the replay there. I think Darcy Knox may be talking about, was it still in his hands when it went off?
Well,
oh, there's the alley-oop replay, sorry.
And I think probably what Darcy Knox is having a bit of a conversation too. 1.9 seconds when the shot clock went off, the ball hit the rim. By the time the Giants caught the ball, there's probably a fair argument that their 1.9 seconds is done. So the fact the Giants then got to inbound, take the BNZ player timeout, and then utilise that with Hayden Jones' basket. A pretty fair argument there, I think, from Darcy Knox and the Nuggets. You see, again, Sky Broadband Fibre starter from $50 per month for the first 12 months. Go to skybroadband.co.nz. But yeah, if you're the Nuggets right here, the only reason I'm looking at the Giants not taking that player timeout is if the Nuggets do make a miraculous comeback and you've burnt that early, it could get you down the stretch. But Hayden Jones shut me up on that one with a easy fadeaway 2 from deep. But you know, still 4 minutes, so a great opportunity for the Nuggets, even if the game is starting to get a wee bit out of reach, an opportunity to, you know, dig back and play for a bit of pride.
So the Giants start the fourth quarter with ball in hand. Here's Lockie Crate, Will Blight, 2 teammates at the upcoming Junior World Cup. Chamberlain drops it into Blight. Back to Crate, wide open 3 from the wing. Doesn't drop, Aston Inwood with the rebound.
Great action there from Will Blight. Took the time to evaluate the floor, seeing Crate wide open. You see right now the Nuggets really extend that pressure, but the Giants' ball movement, everything but the finish.
Knox calls for the screen from Stoddart. Tries to shrug off Matthews. Matthews does a good job to stay in front of him. Commits a foul.
Yeah, just that last wee bit. James Matthews does a really good job moving his feet, but, you know, trying to get that steal, and Darcy Knox does a good job to, you know, keep hold of the ball, take that contact, get it up there, rewarded with 2.
It's a swiping arm from Will Blight, I believe, that the refs called the foul on.
That makes sense too. And I like this straight away. Get the ball to the second side. As Crate can't quite execute with the pass, but get to that second side, push the ball through the 4-man. Giants get great stuff out of that. As Darcy Knox
almost finishing in among the tall timber. And this is real end-to-end stuff. This is proper rugby league we're seeing here. As Chamberlain doesn't get the whistle he thinks she should have got. And the Nuggets, their turn to go 100 mile an hour down the court. And there's a foul from Matthews.
And the Nuggets done a good job, you know, trying to set the tempo, trying to push the tempo, get into the paint, draw a bit of contact, and now the next foul will mean they are shooting free throws. So great signs for them with a minute 12 into this quarter.
16-point the deficit, 2 minutes 47 to claw it back for the Otago Nuggets.
And any ball that goes out of bounds, Giants are looking to sit in the 2-3 zone, try to disrupt the Nuggets' flow a bit. And you see right now, it worked.
Stoddart can't get the 3 to go. Jones hands it off to Inwood. Dempster to Crate. Crate on the baseline. Darcy Knox commits the foul.
Just a wee bit late there, Darcy Knox. You know, if he got that last wee bit in front, could maybe take that through the chest, as we see right now on the replay. They get the reversal. Did a pretty good job, maybe just not quite all the way in front.
Matthews to inbound, needs to get a shifty on, does, finds Jones, but a daylight down the lane, drops it off to Dempster, who can't finish. Sammy D misses the bunny as Darcy Knox goes the other way. Boomer for 3 in front of the Giants bench and drains it.
And that's a big one, bit of a wry smile on Sammy D's face, you know, one that probably would like to take back, but, you know, such is life.
Great foul as he looked to bullock his way down Blood-Nose Lane. Foul called on the floor, so the Giants will inbound.
And a wee bit slow to get up, Lockie Crate. Wee bit of a look at that ankle. But, you know, They breed him tough up fielding, don't they? So he'll be right.
Certainly do.
37-24. And the Nelson Giants, of course, reigning champs. The Sky Ball Band rapidly in its second year.
Jones stood out on him. Elevates from the baseline, in and out for Jones. Stoddard comes down with the rebound.
And I love this from the Nuggets. Push the ball. Don't allow the Giants to get sent to that 2-2-1. Ultimately that 2-3. And this is where I think they should have gone a lot earlier, because you know Stoddard has shown that he can be really effective in that post.
.90 seconds to go in this Rapid League game. Dempster finds Inwood. 8 on the shot clock for the Giants. Crate has to reset. Jones has a look at the shot clock. Says, all right, I'll have a shot then, shall I? Heavily contested from 2-point range. Gets nothing, and Knox comes the other way. Fires it ahead to Stoddard. Blocked by Jones, but there's Bazette. Right place, right time.
Yeah, great job there, Jones, to get back. But again, the Nuggets able to push that tempo, have people there. Easy bucket.
11 points the margin for the Nelson Giants.
Jones on the wing, looking to get 2 feet in the paint. Where's the foul? And we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, great job from there from Jones. You know, able to see they had a wee bit of contact and get it up quick enough to ensure that he's going to the free throw line. To see Lockie Crate checks out, Will Blight coming into the game. Lockie Crate, last minutes for the Nelson Giants in Rapid League for the foreseeable future as he looks to embark on his
Jones for the
collegiate career. Jones puts the first one in as Caleb Chamberlain looks like he's about to check in for Hayden Jones.
And you bang right there, Caleb Chamberlain celebrated his birthday on Wednesday. Checks in for Hayden Jones, and Hayden Jones' Rapid League career might well be done.
Yeah, probably fair assessment that it probably is, because you know this guy's got some big future ahead of him. I think might be beyond Rapid League.
Knox tells his teammates to back off. He's got this one. The 3-ball just leaves an inch or so short. So with 30 seconds to go, the Giants will look to pile on the points. Will Blight stepping into the lane, firing over to Chamberlain, wide open in the corner. A little too strong. Martin with a great box out, and the Nuggets come down with the ball. Foul called on Chamberlain.
And a chance to, you know, keep denting into that deficit for if you're the Nuggets. But, you know, I love that at the intent. I think that's really important. You know, the Nuggets need to keep playing with that. You know, as the game, you know, it's out of reach, but able to, you know, keep pushing, keep the tempo up, and, you know, keep playing for that pride.
This is the second. Dempster and Blight getting a little bit tangled up. Here's James Matthews. Put it up the half court. Specky, but that will do us. The game belongs to the Giants. The Rapid League lead still belongs to the Giants. 39-26. They beat the Nuggets in the matinee here at the Trafalgar Centre this Friday night.
Once again.
Yeah, the shooting, I think, is the telling tale. You know, it's only a wee bit above their average, but the Giants really came out and scorched the Nuggets early from 3-point range, and then managed to throw a few different defenses in there to disrupt the Nuggets' flow a bit. But, you know, a wee bit of chippiness in there, so that is a really good sign. You know, the Nuggets still a lot to play for, which is fantastic. We see the Chemist Warehouse stats. Hayden Jones, as he has done so often in Rapid League this year, 15 points, and really, in terms of the points, in a league of his own, but I mean consistent scoring there throughout the rest of the team.
Creighton stood up, sharing the rebound lead with 4 apiece. Dempster never far from the top of that list, and there's James Matthews, the only one with multiple assists.
Stock up now before the game gets underway. Also quarter time, half time.
And Hayden Jones, impressive block there, and Smiler as well contributed that block from the first half. And there you see a bit of a telling tale. Nuggets able to, you know, steal the ball and turn the Giants over a wee bit, but, you know, really excited for this one. You know, still a lot to play for, I think, for both teams. Pride and then playoff spots too.
Well, Mike Fitchett and the Nelson Giants will be hoping to take that scoreline and more than replicate it in the Sal's NBL, and they'll need to if they want to keep playing meaningful basketball in 2025. Round 13 of the Sal's NBL coming your way from downtown Nelson in about 20 minutes' time. We'll see you then here on the Home of Sport, Sky Sport.
McRae, the big fella, getting the jukes up.
Jones, look out!
Who's that? And Andrew Jones.
Combs gets the finish.
Dexter, 3-ball. Drains it.
Called it. 5 minutes space, up he goes. Two-handed slam from the Richmond kid, Hayden Jones.
Lachlan, great for 3.
Now McNaught. Yeah, that looked good from the hand from Alex McNaught. Robinson's found the gap and all the way off the glass. Sharp kicks it up. Jones down, let him shut. Oh, how about that? Your heaviest Nelson Giants for 2025, Cooper Adams, Colin Williams, Caleb Chamberlain, Will Blight, James Matthews, Aston Inwood, Sam Dempster, Lucky Gray, Hayden Jones, Alex McNaught, Callum McRae, Jeremy Combs, Liam Judd, Andrew Jones and Alex Robinson, all making it happen at the Trafalgar Centre every home game. Your NBS Nelson Giants for 2025. Once again, welcome to the Trafalgar Centre. Welcome back to the hangar. Just a reminder to check for an exit, the closest exit, and the unlikely event of an emergency. If a doctor is needed during the game at any stage, please come down to the MC area for any assistance. Toilets, you'll find them behind the corporate box area, also in the foyer. Not forgetting the bar is open, still time to grab yourself something. Whether it be that Spring and Fern crafted beer, maybe a wine from Hunter's Wines, both available. Not forgetting the low alcohol and non-alcoholic drinks as well. Canteen also located in the foyer. Chance now to stock up before the game. Quarter time, half time, it will be open. The hot chips, the hot dogs, and of course that Sal's authentic New York pizza on offer as well. Not forgetting Sal's are here tonight and they will be handing out pizza vouchers on the way out of the game tonight if you're lucky enough to score one of those.
Kia ora, Richard. Hey, mate. Hey, so under the hoop closest to you, just above the sign that says Tavendale and Partners, almost that entire group there on the right-hand side of that block is the Jones family. So right, Glenn, you can hear me? Can Glenn hear me? Yeah, cool. You see them, Glenn, over there? Yeah. So that's the Jones family. So if Hayden gets on a tear or if we start talking about his last game, etc., that's the whole crew there. Sisters, aunties, uncles, grandparents, cousins. And that's his mum standing up with his back to you at the moment, Glenn. And obviously his dad's on the bench.
Can we get both teams to the benches, please? Both teams to the benches. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. Welcome to the hangar. Are you ready to go? Boy, what a night, and we are absolutely amped because a bit of a special night tonight. Of course, at the end of it, we will be presenting the Young Player of the Year for the NBS Nelson Giants. So after the game, please do stick around for that one and stay seated. It will only take a couple of minutes to be presented by Coach Mike Fitchett. Firstly, welcome to the Trafalgar Centre. Welcome to the hangar, the Otago Nuggets. Number 9, Darcy Knox. Number 10, Caleb Smiler. Number 12, Max Stoddart. Number 21, Christian Martin. Number 43, Liam Boomer. Number 22, Noah McDowell. Number 4, Harrison Bazette. The starting 5 for the Otago Nuggets tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2, Jonathan Jansen. Number 7, Matthew Bardsley. Number 10, Donald Carey Jr. Number 13, Joshua Aitchison. And number 42, Jalen Sebri. At the hangar, your team, ladies and gentlemen, the NBS Nelson Giants. They are pumped, they are fired, and we are ready to battle tonight. Not suiting up, but here in support, naughty Alex McNaught, also Cohen Williams and Cooper Adams. On the bench tonight, ladies and gentlemen, number 7, sponsored by Fruzio, Caleb Chamberlain. Number 16, individual player sponsor, GRE Services. Number 16, Will Blight. Number 35, sponsored by On Farm Agri, Chuck Matthews. Number 23, sponsored by NMIT Aston Inwards. Your captain, number 10, sponsored by New World Stoke, Sam Dempster. Number 15 from fielding, sponsored by Fruzio Lucky Crates. Number 13, sponsored by Roscoe Contracting, Hayden Jones. Your starting five for the NBS Nelson Giants tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Number 25, Big Cal McRae.
No mai hoki mai, welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre for the main event this Friday night in the Sal's NBL. The MBS Nelson Giants taking on the night and day Otago Nuggets. Live from the Trafalgar Centre in downtown Nelson. What a way to start a weekend. Kia ora, Hugh Bain here alongside former Nelson Giant and former Otago Nugget, Tom Ingham. As the youngsters are out on a Friday night here in Whakatū. Who gets the win according to the MixandPete.com poll? It's the Giants, 45% picking them to win a close one, 1-13, and 41% picking them to win by 14 plus. The Nuggets on a pretty wicked losing streak at the moment. A pretty proud team will have plenty to play for, Tom.
Yeah, for sure. You know, talking to a lot of the Nuggets players pre-game, you know, the playoffs are out of contention for them, but, you know, Otago, it's a very proud region. They'll be playing for a lot of pride right now. And a bit of chippiness in the Rapid League game, so I think that should add a different element to this game also, which we always love and we're very excited for as we see the infamous GIN.
The notorious GIN stalking the Trafalgar Centre crowd. Well, you won't find these two teams on that graphic, that's for sure. That's the top half of the South NBL, but congestion is the name of the game, as it so often is in the last few years in this competition at this time of the year. The Giants 5-11, 3 games to go. No, they need to win all 3 to give themselves a chance at making it into the playoffs.
I believe that's 4 games, but they need to win all 4, and this table right now more congested than it was even last year, and there's so many teams from that 10 spot all the way up to the 3 spot really that are still in the hunt to be eliminated from the playoffs. So really exciting times as you see the games coming up.
Tomorrow, 6:30 from TSB Arena in the capital, the Saints taking on the Tuatara. Sunday over in the Bay, the Hawks taking on the Taranaki Airs. Down in the deep south, the Sharks in the Shark Tank taking on the Franklin Bulls. And then in Taranaki, the Nelson Giants on the road for a must-win game against the Taranaki Airs. That's on Wednesday, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, and the beauty of that too, you see all these games are must-win games for a lot of these teams. So it really adds to the excitement of the NBL.
Well, there's the starting 5 for this Nuggets team. There's seemingly been in a bit of a free fall, but buoyed by good news this week of local ownership taking over and securing the future of their franchise. Bardsley Aitchison, Subri Jensen, all lining up alongside superstar Don Carey Jr., who caught up with Tom a moment ago.
Here with Otago Nuggets, Don Carey Jr. Don, a tough one against the Airs, but a great performance from you, 34 points. Talk a bit about the Nuggets' resolve. I mean, you guys, obviously it hasn't been great in terms of the results. However, you guys are there or thereabouts. So talk about the resolve with this team and how you guys have stuck with it.
Yeah, just like you said, we're in every game. I think it's just a matter of, you know, a 4 to 5 minute stretch where we get outplayed, whether the other team beats us to, you know, extra opportunities, rebounds, loose balls, or they just more aggressive. So I think we just overcome those 4 or 5 minutes, then we'll put ourselves in a position to win the game, which we have been for the duration of the season.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that continues tonight against the Giants. They're still just in the playoff hunt. If a loss for them tonight can end their playoff hopes. So what can you guys do to end the Giants' playoff hopes tonight?
Right. I mean, the Giants are a great team, but I think it's less about them, more about us. I think, you know, a lot of games we just shoot ourselves in the foot. It's not really it's not afflicted on the other team. So I think if we just focus on us and do what we need to do to steal possessions and be first to the floor and get loose balls and things like that, I think we'll be in a great position to win the game.
Awesome, mate. All the best for tonight.
Crowd filling up nicely here at what is affectionately known as the Hangar. And on a night where the Giants will farewell 3 of their brightest young stars as they head off to the Junior World Cup and then on to promising collegiate careers. Here is the starting 5, Andrew Jones alongside Alex Robinson Jr., Liam Judd on the wing, Jeremy Cones, and Big Cal McRae in the 5 spot. It's here from Tom Ingham again before the game.
Here with Nelson Giants, Hayden Jones. Hayden, a big one against the Jets last game. The boys really came to play. Talk to us a wee bit about that one.
Yeah, I guess we just had a great first quarter. The rest of the game was honestly pretty close. So if we didn't have as good of a start, I don't think... I mean, we would have got there in the end, but the start really got us going.
And it really is do or die for you guys at the moment. You got the Nuggets coming into your house tonight. Need that win to stay in the playoff hunt. You know, what's the main focuses for tonight to get that win?
We realised that they were quite a zone-heavy team, so we've been working on playing against zone and kind of that area of the game. But I guess we just need to attack offensively, and we'll be good. When we play together and as a team, we're hard to beat.
And lastly, a massive night for you. Obviously, your last night in Nelson before you embark on the World Cup, and then also Wisconsin. Talk to us a little bit about how you're feeling, the journey that's coming up. It's an exciting time for you.
Yeah, I'm just excited for the whole thing. A little bit sad that this is my last time here for the season, but yeah, just excited to get out there with the boys for the last time.
We'll miss you in Nelson, mate. Good luck.
Big night for the Richmond kid, and there's the whānau, the Jones whānau in the building. Fair few come up from the West Coast. John and Carol, grandparents, of course, Dad Phil, assistant coach. Maya Jones sitting in the front row. About to change college in her impressive Div 1 career. Ava Jones on the far right, captain the New Zealand under-15 basketball team. And a talented family, and you'll be hard-fetched to find a nicer family as well. Tom.
Yeah, 100%. That Jones family, incredible family. Stock at an all-time high as we look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. You know, a big one there, obviously, the points allowed. The Giants have had some success, you know, the last few games, and that has gone down a wee bit. The assists per game, Giants do a really good job at sharing the ball. Alex Robinson in particular, 15 assists in the last game. One stat that I am looking at too that's not on there is in terms of the Nuggets, they are currently first in the league at second in the league at three-point rate and fourth at three-point percentage. So, you know, if the Nuggets get going from three, there's no reason that they can't stay right in this game because they've been competitive right throughout. Their record doesn't reflect the performances they have had of late.
There's the Giants Brains Trust and the Whistle Puffers tonight. Sam Pan and Amy Jo Clark backing them up from the Rapid League game. Marty Davison in the building to be crew chief on time this time after flight delays on Sunday. Delayed the start of the game. No such drama today. And we talk about those youngsters heading off overseas. Will Blight, who we haven't seen too much, of course, in the Sal's NBL. A couple of minutes here and there. Lockie Creighton and Hayden Jones, a different kettle of fish. Hayden Jones, 39th game tonight in the Sal's NBL. Fair way from his dad's 405. But not bad for a 19-year-old. The big question, everyone asking, when, if, will we ever see him back in a Giants jersey? You kind of hope not, right? As bad as that sounds.
Yeah, you do hope not because, you know, obviously going to Wisconsin, I mean, Hayden has an incredibly bright future. But I think the best thing about Hayden is he's a great kid. And, you know, he's someone that, you know, works really hard and that's evident in the performance he's put out. But I think he's going to continue to go well because of the type of character, you know, he shows both on and off the court. So, you know, wishing him and also Lockie Creighton, he's been a great addition to this Nelson Giants team. And, you know, really excited to see where their careers end up. In terms of Hayden Jones coming back in Nelson Blue, I selfishly hope so. but we'll have to see. I would also be tuning in if he goes on to bigger and better things overseas.
What a generation that has been and will be for New Zealand basketball going forward. Can't wait to see what they do in the black jersey as well. Not just the two in this building tonight, but the Ihaka Cates, Mana Martins, Jackson Balls, all around the NBL. Rapid League's given them such a platform to bounce off from into collegiate careers. But now it's a bit of blue on blue action in the Trafalgar Centre tonight, Tom. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I like the baby blue. I can get around the baby blue. And, this Nuggets team, I'm really excited to see what they put out in terms of performance tonight. This is a proud team, and talking to them pre-game, the record, not ideal, but this is a team just got their local backing, and so I'm really looking for them to put out a strong performance tonight as we see the Giants faithful getting around their young lad.
Young Elliott from Hope School delivering the ball. Just waiting for the Nuggets to take the court, and here they are.
Elliott, looking forward to seeing you on the court in a few years' time, my friends.
Yeah, guy, I'm really looking forward for the Nuggets tonight. He's been incredible all season. We heard from him pre-game, and that's Don Carey Jr. Man, this guy can score the rock. Up at 23 points per game, and scores at all three levels really effectively, really efficiently too. So the Giants are going to have to do a really good job at slowing him down if they ultimately want to have success in this game.
Nice work, Elliott.
High fives around for young Elliott.
14 minutes of basketball to come. Your MES Nelson Giants, Otago Nuggets.
And Jonathan Jensen and Jeremy Combs will contest the tip as Marty Davidson gets us underway.
Start ball straight up.
And it's Alex Robinson and Jeremy Combs who will get us going. Here's Liam Judd. Alex Robinson waiting for the McRae screen. Andrew Jones wide open in the corner. The Giants shot beautifully during the Rapid League game. That first one doesn't drop. Barsley runs the floor. Jones with the cornerback style pick.
And great job there from Jones, to shoot the three and get back. The Nuggets looking to push the tempo early as Alex Robinson. Saucy.
McRae backs down, finds Robinson, quick fire pass. Jones, Combs, good ball movement from the Giants. The three ball is off, but the rebound from Jalen Severy tipped out of bounds, so the Giants' possession. Jeremy Combs has just realised as he went all the way down on defence.
The Giants doing a great job moving the ball early. The Nuggets looking to extend the pressure a wee bit. They're looking to hard show, try and make things difficult, which you've seen a wee bit in the Rapid League game. So they've obviously taken a wee bit out of that, the Otago Nuggets, and trying to implement that into the NBL game too.
Well, Jonathan Jansen's got a big task to start this game. As athletic and as bouncy, and as good a basketball player as he is, doesn't have the size that Big Cal McRae has. As Liam Judd elevates into a three ball, it comes off the back line. Jansen comes down with the rebound.
And again, I'm really loving this Nuggets pressure. Bardsley did a really good job at blowing up. Alex Robinson coming off that handoff, and I think that's going to be really critical to the Nuggets really making their mark early in this game.
Oh, there's Mike Kelly.
And a domino effect happening right now. On the sideline, one goes down, and timber, they all come falling down. So shout out Jalen Seabury, doing the dirty work, getting that all up.
We've had more signs go down the shot so far. A minute and a second into the game. But they're back up. Players, Moppets, referees, all helping. There's Matt Bardsley with his 8-pack and his absolute ripping bod that he's rocking at the moment.
Yeah, shout out Bards. Incredible, Nick.
Back on the way, Nuggets with the ball. Seabury elevates three ball. Good contest from Alex Robinson, but the offensive rebound, so the Nuggets get another chance. Jensen puts the ball on the floor, gets around McRae. Everything but the finish will go to the line to shoot two. And that's the flip side of what I just talked about down the other end of the court. While Jensen's going to struggle with McRae's size, McRae might struggle with Jensen's speed.
Yeah, Jansen does a really good job of attacking. Very mobile for a big, you know, has tendencies like a guard. He's able to attack off the dribble, able to stretch the floor and shoot the 3 too. So, you know, Callum McRae, he's going to be stretched out there. He's going to have to make sure that, you know, their on-ball defense is on point. And I wonder if Jansen does get going, will the Giants make a change? Will they try go a bit smaller and match this Giants speed, sorry, the Nuggets speed, because they can do that.
Good to see him back in the NBL though. It was a season with the Rams back in 2019, Hawks 2021, and off to Europe and Australia. Combs looking to see or get position. Felt he had the foul, and he did. Marty Davison with a slightly delayed call, but Aitchison called for the foul.
Yeah, and right call there. Combs got around and, you know, Aitchison put his hand up, knew that he'd got him there. But I like that straight away from Combs, trying to get the early post up. He does have an advantage with Aitchison marking him.
Jones looking for the Robinson. McRae with the high screen. In the dunker spot is Combs. Gets Bardsley to bite and finishes smartly.
Yeah, the Giants really utilising that dunker spot, and Combs just staying in it, not rushing, not cramping any space, and is able to be the beneficiary of that one.
Jansen 3-ball after the behind-the-back pass from Carey. He drains it.
And like we talked about, this is where it could get interesting. The Nuggets really high three-point rate and shoot the three at a pretty good clip in terms of the rest of the league too. So Jono Jansen's a big part of that.
McRae double teamed, looks to spin baseline. Under duress and taking a lot of contact. Matt Bardsley asking for the offensive foul. Refs are going to discuss it.
So we look here on the replay, wherever we look.
A lot of contact both ways, put it that way.
Yeah, it is one of those ones. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't, both ways.
Jones looking at scamper along the baseline. Under duress, a lot of pressure from this Nuggets offense as that ball goes all the way in and all the way out from Liam Judd.
And great look from Liam Judd, you know, like that. When he's getting good open looks for the Giants, that means their offense is flowing and getting really good looks.
Bardsley, 3-ball. In, out, and back in for Matt Bardsley.
A rare three from Matty Bardsley, but love how he just took that with confidence. You know, this is the type of game. There's no point in being and letting it die wondering. Got to go out there, get it up.
And this suffocating defense from the Nuggets is working well at the start of this game, Tom. They lead 7-2.
And the Nuggets have had a lot of success in this building in recent years. You know, the last time the Giants got the win was back in 2022. And before that, we were just talking pre-game. Obviously, it was a bit of time the Nuggets out the league in Trafalgar Centre, but 2014.
That one well off to the right, but Josh H is in a good position for the offensive rebound. Just puts it back in.
And right now, it's looking like the Nuggets are the team that are desperate to make this playoff push and not the Giants. The energy right now a bit flat, so they'll be looking to pick that up. But credit to the Nuggets in terms of their start.
Jones, 3-ball, and the Giants will love to see that go down.
And Jones in recent weeks has really started to show that shooting touch. Had a bit of a slow start, but hit 5 threes in the last game against the Jets as Combs.
Throws it down with 2 hands after the pick at half court.
And that's picked up the energy a wee bit for the Giants, but now can you keep it up?
5 quick points from the hands of the imports as Carey Jr. puts the Nuggets on his back. He's fouled to go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, love Carey Jr.'s game. Comes off, incredibly shifty, sees the Giants switched, had McRae on him. Wee Hezzy goes left, goes strong. So, you know, Carey Jr., he's a guy that can light it up really quickly, and if you're the Nelson Giants, you need to locate him and not allow him to have any easy looks, and you especially can't allow him to get going at the Chemist Warehouse also.
Product of the University of Maryland. A bit going on over at a fair few universities in the United States at the moment. Pretty happy to be safely tucked in the Trafalgar Centre just quietly on a Friday night. Carey makes both from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
And straight away you see the Nuggets are looking to take the ball out of Robinson's hand, try to get someone else to be a creator. It makes sense. 15 assists the last game. He does a really good job of getting his team involved, so a clear strategy for the Nuggets.
Gets the ball in his hand, drops it into Combs. They collapse on Jeremy Combs. Patience shown from Combs, and he's rewarded with 2 points.
And the Nuggets making a real clear intention to double any post touch as A-Rob nearly gets the steal.
Carey, though, taking it as a personal affront, but under pressure, McRae comes down with the ball. Combs with the tip. Here come the Giants the other way. Jones, a no-look pass. Combs with the finish.
And Combs does such a good job. Keeps it nice and simple, gets into the lane, patient, off 2 feet, able to put it in and tie up the game.
Aitchison, a long-time Nugget, finds Carey. Judd with the rebound.
Judd with the rebound.
Judd right down into Jensen. Takes the contact and finishes, and the Giants take their first lead of the night.
And I love that from Liam Judd. You know, for that second, he looked for Robinson or Jones to bring the ball up. Seen he had the advantage. Took it strong at Jansen. Nice controlled finish.
Sam Dempsey getting ready to check into the game for the Giants. There's a kick ball there. Does give a chance for Sam Dempsey to enter the game, as well as Max Stoddart and Caleb Smiler, who have switched from the Rapid League uniforms into the NBL one. There's Cal McRae. It's a warm round of applause as he makes his way to the bench.
And this is where we've seen McRae kind of come out the game a wee bit earlier. Teams have really looked to double team him. So the Giants, as a combat to that, tend to go a wee bit smaller with Dempster coming into the mix.
Seabury down the lane. Judd with a good hand. And the Giants go the other way. Fires it over to Jones. Step back 3 ball. Andrew Jones drains it.
I'll tell you what, this is a great sign for the Giants, who have been historically low in terms of 3-point percentage, but starting to pick it up with Jones starting to step up, and then also you got Liam Judd shooting around 50% from 3.
Trailed by 5, now they lead by 5 as Stoddard, nice little floater, cuts that deficit to 3.
Great movement from the Nuggets, you know. Stoddard the beneficiary, great look from Carey, drew the attention, good drop off and nice finish from Stoddard.
Robinson to Dempster. Jones with a hot hand. Sizes up Max Stoddard, puts the ball on the floor, spins on a dime and up with the left hand. Beautiful stuff from Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones has got it going right now. Had an incredible first half against the Jets and has kept that momentum going against the Nuggets tonight.
Seabury inside to Cutting Jensen. Jones hits that out of bounds. Nuggets ball from the sideline, and that gives a chance for Darcy Knox to enter the game. As well as, for the last time in 2025 at least, Hayden Jones and Lockie Crate for the Nelson Giants.
And the Giants faithful getting up as well, understanding, you know, a big moment, especially Hayden Jones, Nelson local. Last time he'll be in that Giants blue for a while.
Liam Crate and Hayden Jones on court for the Indians Nelson Giants.
Smiler, where's the contact? And we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, Smiler did a really good job in the Rapid League game of putting his head down, you know, prefers that right hand, but is really strong going into the right and able to take the contact there from Jones. And has done a good job in this NBL season too of, you know, coming in and making an impact. And that's really important when you're playing spot minutes off the bench.
Smiler misses the second. Here's Hayden Jones, brings the ball over halfway. Had a great game on Sunday afternoon against the Manawatu Jets. Dempster, 3, straight out in front, off the back eye. Lockie Crate with a great rebound.
And Lockie Crate does such a good job of that, making sure that he can impact the game. Doesn't necessarily have the ball in his hand a lot, but contributes to winning in that way. As Dempster defeated by the sideline.
Combs takes a seat as McRae comes back into the game. Seabury looking to hand it off to Darcy Knox. Jensen surveys his options. The long 2. Doesn't go. Rebound, Dempster.
And good look from Jansen. I'd like to continue to see him be aggressive, mate. Keep Callum McRae honest. Keep making sure he's guarding the ball. Try push him out of this game.
Crate, McRae mismatch down low. He knows it. Drops it in as Jones is pushed by Max Stoddart.
And I think that's a really important thing too that sometimes the Giants have been a wee bit guilty of. They often do go to the post in terms of trying to feed McRae or Combs the ball, but can get a bit guilty ball watching, not setting cutters down the lane. Hayden Jones does a really good job cutting there from the top. And I think the Giants need to continue to do that, especially if the Nuggets do start sending doubles.
Robinson inbounds to Jones. 10 on the shot clock. McRae trying to find the youngster, finds him. Jones driving, Stoddart defending well. Who's going to come down with the offensive rebound? Crate. And they go again. Oh, great pass into Cal McRae, who finishes through the foul, and he'll go to the line for one more.
And what I loved about McRae then, caught the ball straight up, was confident, didn't take the time to kind of assess where the defenders are at, able to put it in, and that's a great sign. That high-low action is definitely going to be on, especially if the Nuggets do get mismatched. They are a bit smaller right now. You see Aitchison probably going to be spending the majority of the time at the 4, and then Stoddart at the 5.
And he does.
(21-14), just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter here.
And two different types of pressure. You know, the Giants trying to get into that containment type of 2-2-1, and then they're sitting in a bit of a zone trying to utilize McRae's size.
Aitchison can't get it to go. Jones comes down with a rebound. Hayden Jones, that is. Andrew Jones on the bench currently for the Giants. McRae wants it. He might go to work on Josh Aitchison. He's fouled.
And the Nuggets in the penalty too, so Callum McRae will go for 2. And I think that's a really good thing for the Giants right now. Keep going back to the well. Make the Nuggets send doubles. They're going to sit right now and zone up a wee bit to try, you know, offer some resistance, offer some bodies. As you see right there, the help is present, but if they're not going to send the double, McRae's doing the exact right thing and needs to, you know, try draw that contact from Aitchison, ultimately get to the cup.
1:38 to go in the first quarter. Callum McRae at the free throw.
Josh Aitchison called for the foul. Another one who's been through the historic era of the Otago Nuggets. 27 years old, but feels like a veteran of the league. He's been around a long time, a real mainstay for the Nuggets.
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool to see, you know, that Nuggets core of Darcy Knox, Matt Bardsley, and Josh Aitchison all hitting the 100-game mark just this season, I believe. So, I mean, that's really exciting for, you know, Nuggets, that they can get around their local lads, and, you know, they've had great careers.
And Josh balancing that career with his day job as an accountant. McRae, and now probably potentially one of the hardest jobs he's had to do is look after Callum McRae for this period of time, and he does admirably there.
I can get around Josh from accounts. I reckon that works. That works well.
Stoddart catch and shoot, 3 ball off the back iron. McRae comes down with the rebound. Dempster, catch and shoot from the wing, drains it. Sammy D on the board.
And this is where Robinson is most effective. If he can get downhill, get in transition, incredibly shifty. As soon as someone overhelps, he's really quick to hit them. And Dempster right there, he gets his feet underneath him. He can hit those.
Bit of pressure from the Giants on the ball handlers. The fadeaway was pretty, but it doesn't go. Hayden Jones comes down with the rebound. Off to the races go the Giants. Robinson, 3 ball in transition. Doesn't get it to go.
Don't mind that look from Robinson, you know, coming down. McRae did a good job sealing. It's a good one in transition for the Giants.
The Nuggets will settle for the final shot of the quarter as Lockie Crate commits the foul.
And a good foul for Lockie Crate. You know, they still had one to give, but it looks like right now the Giants will be in the penalty on the next one. So no more fouls here if you're the Giants, and if you're the Nuggets, keep attacking, keep the refs honest.
Just under 11 seconds to go in the first quarter, 25-14, Nuggets with the ball.
Carey, as McRae almost inadvertently sets a screen for his own man.
And Carey does such a good job at getting downhill, you know, very shifty in terms of that left to right cross. It's quick, and then able to extend really well and does a really good job drawing contact as well. Already been to the free throw line once today and will go again.
Things this season haven't quite gone Mike Kelly's way. A coup when the Nuggets signed him at the start of the season. Great resume behind him in the Australian NBL and great rap on him as a person as well.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it's probably quite similar to the Giants. You know, the Nuggets, there has been some roster and personnel changes. Things have been changing constantly. And as the Giants opting for the BNZ player timeout. But, you know, again, the fact they keep coming up and competing like they do, you know, the Nuggets should definitely be proud of that. As we see, a ticket to the big game, scan the QR code for a chance to win tickets to this season's games.
.8 seconds on the clock. Lockie Crate to inbound. At the end of this first quarter, McRae, Robinson, Dempster, 3 on the clock. Jones wide open for 3. It was a beautifully drawn up play during the player timeout. Just couldn't get the finish. 25-15. Quarter time here at the Trafalgar Centre. Giants season on the line and they lead by 10 after one stanza.
Time and entertainment points. Welcome onto the courts. On the clock. Whoever gets the most will play with $1,000 for their charity. And they have made a rule, they're going to shoot from outside the keyhole. You guys ready to go? 3, 2, 1, go. Shots are up. So tonight, Sean down here in the high vis, as you can tell, search and rescue, Golden Bay search and rescue, and on the other end, Brooks is shooting for Rec Park Centre in Golden Bay. They've decided to go outside the keyhole. Oh, there we go. Sean's dropped one. Brooks still hunting. Nearly up to 30 seconds. 30, 15 to go. Brooks put 2 in now, or a couple at least. And we've got 4 down that end. 3, 2, 1. Last shots. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got? 3 and 5. Well done to Brooks. It was taken away. $1,000 for the Rec Park Centre in Golden Bay. Not forgetting, of course, Golden Bay Search and Rescue. Thanks to Sean, they're going to get $500 cash as well. So big thank you to NBS.
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. A good crowd in here on a Friday night.
Home game here at the Hangar.
Especially since the Super Rugby playoffs on as well, and a fair few Crusaders fans in the region. Good crowd here in the Hangar. And if you are watching from home, 25% off any large pizza, thanks to our friends at Sal. Sal's Jam 25, the online code.
And a great start for the Giants, out to an early 10-point lead. You know, there were some signs, I think, early for the Nuggets, really came out and brought the energy. Giants needed to wake up a bit and start to extend that pressure, really starting to make their presence felt in the post through McRae, through Combs, and then Andrew Jones has got some shots going too.
Back underway. Stoddard and Jensen out there for the Nuggets, looking to contend with McRae as Carey Jr. takes the contact and finishes. He'll go to the line for one more. Strong start from the Nuggets for this second quarter.
And that crossover, we've talked about it already, but is fast, both left to right and right to left. And Carey Jr. does such a good job, as you see here on the replay, gets Robinson off him, takes the contact, nice and composed, and back to the free throw line again. You know, Carey Jr., 3 turnovers already, however, has done a really good job getting to the line. And that's a way that he can get going, because we know that he can play.
Converts a three-point play. 25-18, the Giants lead early in the second quarter. Here's Liam Judd. Under a fair bit of pressure from Carey Jr., who comes away with the ball, rewarded for his energy at the defensive end.
And great job. We see straight away Carey Jr. trying to go back into contact. And I love that. You know, this is a guy that We know he's a proven scorer, but if you haven't seen a few going early, get yourself to the Chemist Warehouse, generate that contact, because you see a couple go in there when no one's guarding you, makes it a whole different kettle of fish down the stretch.
Don Carey Jr. has just taken this last minute 30 by the scruff of its neck at both ends of the floor.
Oh, let's make some noise.
And, you know, great players do that, and he has a heck of a line for the season so far. 22.8 points, 5.4 rebounds, 5.9 assists. So this is a guy that directly impacts Nuggets winning in so many different ways. So Nuggets need him to be that and more tonight.
This time, Carey Jr. is called for the foul.
Only his first, but we see a sub come. Matt Bardsley comes in for Christian Martin. But if you're the Giants here, they tried to go straight back to that post up, but Carey Jr. did a really good job of disrupting Liam Judd. But you see straight away Callum McRae looking for the ball.
McRae hands it off to Robinson, elevates him just beyond the free throw line, can't get it to drop.
And good side-to-side action, a wee bit slow to start. If I'm the Giants, I'm trying to get into that offense a wee bit quicker, try to generate that flow that makes them so successful.
Serving around the Jansen screen, back to Jonathan Jansen, thought about the three, puts it on the floor, finds Carey. Step back three ball over the outstretched hand of Combs, and he gets it to go. Don Carey Jr. warming up.
And like we talked about, you see a couple going at the Chemist Warehouse. A player of Carey Jr.'s calibre, that's all he needs, and that is a tough step back.
Combs wants it down low. Instantly double team, so back to Andrew Jones it goes. Good box out there from Stoddart, and Jansen comes down with the rebound. Seabury drops it off. Great defense as Andrew Jones gets right up there to prevent Matt Stoddart with the layup. Giants possession from the baseline.
Yeah, great job from Jones to contest that. On the flip side of the Giants posting up, where it can sometimes get a wee bit guilty is everything can slow down a wee bit. And if everything starts to slow down and you're just looking for that one part of offense, you know, the flow stops, and that's how the Nuggets can then get the ball, get out and run.
Combs surrounded by Nuggets, and he gets all the way to the hoop where he's fouled, and he'll go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to shoot two.
And Combs in both is in post up, in the dead low, and then also dunker spot, sorry, and then also that mid post is super effective. You know, not incredibly quick, but really patient. You see there the double comes, but is able to, you know, have the balance, have the strength to take the time, take the contact, and get the shot up.
A bit of jawing going on there between the players out there. Jalen Seabury, Jeremy Combs.
Yeah, I've seen throughout the season, Seabury's definitely not afraid to have a bit of a word. I've seen with him and Tohi Smith-Milner back in the Canterbury Rams game, there's a bit of chip there. So, again, we talked about in Rapid League, if that goes over to the main game, creates that atmosphere, and we all love a bit of atmosphere.
Jeremy Combs nails both.
With token pressure for the Giants. Bardsley looking to get 2 feet in the paint, fires it over to Aitchison at the top. Carey Jr. around the Aitchison screen, drops it off to the rolling Aitchison, who finishes beautifully. Fundamental basketball there from the Otago Nuggets.
And Carey Jr. is doing a real good job now. The Giants are paying attention to him. Aitchison gets out of that screen really quickly. Easy bucket.
Cray wants it, but the Nuggets, I should say, do well to prevent the inside passes. Craig's three ball doesn't go. It will be Giants possession though. He came off Jalen Seabury.
And that's a great look from Lockie Craig. Needs to be confident in shooting that, because right now putting a lot of tension on that post. I'd like to see the Giants start to send some cutters when that ball gets in the post.
Jones spinning, stepping, finishing. No, he's not, as he goes all the way in and out, but Jeremy Combs is the quickest to react. It's his turn to try and bullock his way to the hoop. Can't finish. Bardsley with the rebound. The Nuggets, Tom, just collapsing on Any drive from the Giants as Barzi goes down hard. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, straight away, the Giants feel like they have an advantage in that post, but the Nuggets are doing a really good job at, you know, sending doubles to see Bardsley being nice and aggressive and hits the ground at pace. But if you're the Giants, I think you just have to be aware of that. The Nuggets are doing a really good job at sending those double teams. You need to continue to move the ball. Start to look for some other stuff too. Don't become too reliant on that post.
Strong local flavour to that Giants Brains Trust. 3 coaches who all played for the team, all went through Nelson College. There's Robinson, everything but the finish. A pretty move. Again, there's 5 Nuggets under the hoop by the time it went up, and there's Don Carey going coast to coast, but he can't get it to go. Bardsley flat out on the floor. 3-on-1 for the Giants. Robinson with the pass fake and the finish.
And as he does so well, Alex Robinson, you know, very shifty. Seen Aitchison, probably thought it was going to Combs. Able to get that pass fake. Lay.
All left wide open. Jalen Seabury, and found beautifully by Don Carey Jr.
And the Nuggets are really testing the Giants' transition defense at the moment. And if you're the Giants, good bucket from Robinson, but need to get back, show bodies.
3-point ball game here. It's a strong second quarter so far. Blocked, two-handed block. The old volleyball block from Jonathan Jensen. Round the back pass, Combs, the mid-ranger. Too strong, doesn't go. Well, here's Matt Bardsley in the front court.
Thought we were going to get some Bard's magic then, but thought he'd save the legs after a few trips to the ground.
There's a bouncy boy, old Matt Bardsley. McRae rolling foul. No foul there as the Nuggets go the other way. Thought I heard a whistle. Seabury, and there's a whistle on Lockie Crate.
And again, Nuggets able to get stops, they're able to get out and running. I think the Giants right now are going to have a timeout and talk about this, because the Nuggets, they're getting stops, and you see easy leak-outs like that can absolutely not afford to happen. But if you're the Nuggets, this is great signs. You know, you got the Giants lacking a wee bit of energy on that transition defense. You're doing a good job at securing them in the post and not allowing them to get easy buckets down there. So a lot of positive signs for the Otago Nuggets right now.
Excuse me while I quickly just get under the desk as the T-shirt cannons are out.
Oh, jeez.
That is so dangerously close to us. I have a wife and kids to go home to. Getting actually better success than they normally do.
Oh, it's hard to speak. I'm flustered. That is honestly a scene out of a movie when that thing is pointing directly at you.
It is a genuine lottery. One has just literally gone a foot away from the gun, and another one has just hit the roof at pace. That one's hit the scoreboard.
This is a show in itself.
Well done.
Meanwhile, we'll have a 1-point ball game here, midway through the second quarter. Between the two teams at the bottom of the Sal's NBL ladder, the Nuggets playing for pride.
Maybe in the next time out,
Plenty of it down there, of course. The Giants playing for that glimmer of hope of still making the top 6, which they can do if they win this game and the remaining 3 after that. And some results go their way. Don Carey Jr. going to Hayden Jones and earning a foul.
And like we talked about, straight back to the Chemist Warehouse. You know, Don Carey Jr. doing a really good job at scoring the ball. But what I'm loving about Carey Jr.'s game is he's taking the time to, you know, assess the floor, see where the advantage is, and when they do send more defenders over, he's able to hit the open man. So he is a massive piece of this Nuggets puzzle right now. And James Matthews into the game too, so let's see if the young fella can have an impact.
Carey Jr. had a chance to give the Nuggets the lead, and in fact he's going to get another chance as I think Jeremy Cones encroached. It's a little too early into the key. Misses the second chance too. McRae comes down with a rebound. Might be a few Nelsonians claiming that was 2 missed free throws. It's not how it works.
Ernie Kerr would certainly be one of them.
McRae driving, dishing. Call for the offensive foul. As again, Don Carey Jr. in the heart of everything the Otago Nuggets are doing, drawing the charge.
And that's a massive thing if you're the Nuggets players to see. You know, you've got a guy who's contributing so much on the offensive end. If he's willing to step up and take charges, you know, that's something that really puts more energy and life into your team. So really loving what Don Carey Jr. is bringing to this game.
Second foul on Cal McRae. Who's replaced by Sam Dempster as the Moppets get to work. Marty Davison gracefully checking their work, giving it the seal of approval. Seabury with Hayden Jones in front of him into Stoddart. James Matthews trying to stick with the American. Seabury back to Jansen. Goes to work on Dempster. Little baby hook bounces around and drops in.
And great touch there from Jansen. Dempster did a good job to stay in front, but, you know, able to come to 2 feet. Wee baby hook.
Jones drives down the lane. Can't get the finish. Creighton and Combs bumping into each other up around the hoop, and it's Combs who wins that battle against his teammate and finishes.
But I love that from Lockie Crate too. You know, he sees Jones miss the shot, crashes the weak side really hard as he's done all season.
Stoddart hands it off. Finish from Seabury is a smart one with his left hand.
Yeah, great job there from Seabury. Takes the time, takes the patience. Had James Matthews on his hip. Tough finish with the left.
Combs just getting himself in a good position down low, and he's pushed by Darcy Knox. And it wasn't pushed, but it was what a hilarious way to hit the deck from Jeremy Combs. And even Marty Davison's got a big smile on his face.
Yeah, if you're Darcy Knox, that's a tough cover.
I don't know if we have a replay of that, but that was what we might do here. Let's have a look just how Jeremy Combs goes down here. Clear push, but that's outstanding work. A smile on Marty Davison's face. Oh, it's good stuff on a Friday night. So James Matthews to inbound. Jones looking to get open. Carey trips over his own teammate. Jones doesn't shoot the 3. Matthews open. Dempster with the screen. Dempster will shoot the 3. And he'll drain it too, will Sammy D.
Yeah, great job there. James Matthews comes off. You see, right now, the Nuggets are looking at switching a lot of screens. So Dempster trying to get the pop out. Nuggets a wee bit late on that one. Dempster, open 3.
Hard show from Combs, forces to pass. Seabury is caught by the best defender in the league. The sideline.
Yeah, she'll get you. She will get you.
No worse feeling than when you get the pass, you get your defender to bite, and you're like, here we go. Baseline, I mean, not dunk for me or you, but for, you know, for him.
And then you
step on the sideline.
And then you look over at Mike Fitchett, who is subbing you out.
Jones elevates from mid-range. He gets it to go. Hayden Jones.
Tell you what, whenever Hayden Jones shoots a midi pull-up, that thing is more than likely going in. You know, he is so confident and comfortable going both to his left and right. In that instance, wee hezzy, pull-up. That's a good sign for the Giants.
He had 21 points in the Rapid League game, and that's his first points of the South NBL game. Right in front of his Fano on the left of your screen as he gets it to go.
So firstly, I want to hear all you guys.
And now the basketballs are coming out. So once again, we are under fire.
At least there's no gas involved in the basketball, apart from the nervous gas I get when they come flying my way.
If we cut out, you know why.
36-33. And the Nuggets time out. 3 minutes 20 to go. I'll tell you what, this Giants organisation have done a fantastic job over the last 3 to 5 years of bringing the atmosphere back to the Trafalgar Centre, Tom.
Hold on. Right, we're good. We're good. Yeah, they definitely have. And, you know, the Giants faithful have continued to show out, you know, through thick and thin. It hasn't always been easy being a Giants fan, but, you know, these fans, they love the Nelson Giants. They continue to come out. They continue to show out. And, you know, if as a player, you know, it's something you really appreciate and you hope continues to go on for a very long time.
And there was plenty of thick at the start of the season. Thick or thin? Which one's a good one? Thick or thin? Through thick and thin. The thin's the bad one? Anyway, there was plenty of one of them at the start on an 0-8 start, right? But the crowds kept getting bigger at the start of the season. So that's the kind of support I know that you guys as players appreciate when the results aren't quite going the fans' way.
100%. 100%.
Dempster not appreciating the clear-out attempt by Aitchison there. The three balls off, big rebound from Jeremy Combs as there's players on the floor. It's Josh Aitchison who gets up as Hayden Jones brings it the other way. Dempster inside to Combs. Aitchison, though, gets back and picks it off. Here's Don Carey Jr. Oh, there's another volleyball block. Two-handed block from Hayden Jones. You don't often see two-handed volleyball blocks in one half of basketball.
Yeah, relatively quick succession too, but you know, Jones does a good job. Carey tries to get him with that up fake, but Jones stays straight up and then middle blocker. Thanks for coming.
Seabreak deputises to Aitchison, gets it straight back. Here's Jansen. Takes his time, surveys his option, drains the three.
And I'm loving Jono Jansen's game. Currently up to 9 points and 6 rebounds and is stretching that floor. It gives them another look and he ties the game.
Combs. Jones along the baseline. Needs to bail out and does so through Jeremy Combs. 5 on the shot clock. James Matthews downhill. Looks to get it to go. Jansen brings down the long rebound. And here's Carey Jr. Round crate and the finish, Don Carey Jr.
Yeah, tough finish from Don Carey Jr. I love what both him and Jansen are giving from the inside and outside right now. And Nuggets have the lead.
Jones, 2 feet in the paint, elevates, rattles around and drops for Hayden Jones.
And I think Hayden needs to continue to go back to that. Be aggressive, as right now the Nuggets able to push the tempo, and that's not a good sign if you're the Giants. Need to get back and stop that early break.
Seabreak, free ball. Down that goes.
And again, so Mike Fitchett calling for the over right now. Giants getting a wee bit guilty of getting caught on screens, not being up and in and showing hands. And you cannot let a guy like Seabreeze start adding to this as well.
Matthews picks up his dribble, finds Jeremy Combs, who's double teamed. Quick hands, Jones, three ball from the wing, gets it to go. And Hayden Jones starting to warm up in this second quarter.
And very much needed. You know, this Nuggets team is really putting it on the Giants right now, and Hayden Jones in this wee scoring burst has kept them right in this game.
7 quick points from Jones in the last couple of minutes as Jansen with a strong move. Everything but the finish, and Dempster brings down his 3rd rebound of the night so far.
And if you're Hayden Jones here, they look like they're going back to the post, but if you're Hayden Jones, you need to get the ball, you need to be aggressive.
Here he is, looking for the pass, and will remain Giants' possession. 3.9 seconds to go on the shot clock.
We'll see Alex Robinson comes back in for James Matthews to end this quarter. So I wonder if right now maybe they'll look for something, but no reason why you can't get Hayden Jones another look here. Mike Fitchett may have heard me and could be wrong too, but the Giants are going to call a timeout.
So timeout for the Giants with 37 seconds to go in this first half of basketball. It's a 41-point game. A couple of former Otago Nuggets on the Giants coaching staff sit down and discuss how to beat them with 3.3 seconds on this shot clock.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Giants go for here. Still plenty of time to get something decent. They ran a heck of a play in the end of the first quarter with their BNZ player timeout. Got Hayden Jones a really good look, you know, cutting through that baseline and coming out the corner. But the Nuggets are doing a really good job right now at clogging up the paint, not allowing any easy touches in there. And then they're doing a really good job at rotating to shooters too. So I've been really impressed with this Nuggets effort defensively. And then they've got out and start running in transition, which has been spearheaded by Kerry Jr. And then also Jono Jansen too has done a really good job controlling the interior for the Nuggets.
Well done, Hazel. Good arms. Good stretch on Campbell Rollo in the house tonight too. Councillor Campbell Rollo. A little disappointed Richie, but that was okay. Next time around, keep it coming, let's build it up.
As the wave goes around the Trafalgar Centre, 3.9 seconds on the shot clock. Alex Robinson to inbound the ball. Hayden Jones gets it. Drains it. 2 balls. Hayden Jones. Turnaround jumper contested. Nothing but net.
And I tell you what, I recognise that play from the Giants, and they did not get that right at all. But Hayden Jones has absolutely stroked that as a legal screen from Smiler.
I don't think there's too much to complain out there from Caleb Smiley. He puts a little flop warming sign up, which I respect. But I think he knows there was a bit of a turn into that one. So what it does is it gives the Giants the rock for the last 20.5 seconds of this first half of basketball.
Yeah, we see a bit of chip from Smiler in the Rapid League game, so to see that continue over to the main NBL game, I love it.
So let's see what the home team can conjure up here. 15 seconds to go in the second quarter. Crate moves along the baseline. Combs takes some contact. Dempster, 3 ball in front of the bench. High off the back line, bobbles around. Seabury comes down with it. And he tried to get the timeout to go, but just a little bit too late. And that is half time, 43-41. The Giants lead the Nuggets. It's off the back of 12 points from Jeremy Combs and 9 points in as many minutes from Hayden Jones, and that's really came in the last 2.5 minutes of that quarter. Jono Jansen putting together a nice stat line as well for the Otago Nuggets. 9 points, 6 rebounds. He's with Tommingham.
Here with Otago Nuggets, Jono Jansen. Jono, heck of a first half for you guys to hang around. Yourself personally, 9.6 rebounds. You're having quite a lot of success dragging McRae out. Is that something you feel like you can utilise?
Yeah, I mean, you know, McRae's a big guy. He's a little slow, but he's great inside, and I got to take advantage of the fact that he is taller than me and a little bit slower. So that's definitely something I have in my mind. But really, I'm just playing with the flow of the game. If I see a mismatch or I get attacked, I'm just going to attack. So.
And second half, you guys down 2 points right now. What do you need to do to get this win?
Play even harder right now. Like we saw what happens when we change our pace and actually play our game. Now we're just going to take it up another notch, right? But nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Just simple. Just play hard.
Awesome, mate. Good luck second half.
Thanks to Jono Jansen. Halftime here, 43-41. The Giants lead the Nuggets in a close one at the Trafalgar Centre in Nelson. Analysis coming up after the break here on Sky Sport.
Those two organisations walking away with big cash today. West Park Centre in Golden Bay, and of course Golden Bay Search and Rescue as well. And time for your halftime entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome them onto the court. The Legacy Dance, who offer classes for all ages from 2 years right up to adults, with classes of jazz, ballet, contemporary, acro, musical theatre, and hip-hop. There is something for everyone. If you want to find out more, you can jump onto their website, legacydance.co.nz, find out more there, and head along maybe to one of their trial classes performing tonight. Legacy's junior hip-hop team, Alliance, and Phalanx, their media crew, bringing energy, creativity and power to the court as well. So ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, please welcome Legacy Dance.
Oh, say less. TikTok.
Well, if you're watching on TikTok right now,
Just log it in.
Tom's logging in so he can chat to you, but you're enjoying a bit of halftime entertainment. Whakatū style here in the South NBL. Young dance, local dance crew.
Righty, I'm just figuring out. I'm not really a TikTok user, but trying to figure out how to get there.
You're the wrong side of 30, aren't you?
Yeah. Kids in my class would be disgusted.
Well, yeah, if you are watching on TikTok, it's great to have your company. Drop us a wee comment or something. We'll give you a shout out, eh? Dance crew uncomfortably close to us, actually.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job, don't get me wrong, and they're not doing it for us, they're doing it for the crowd. It always gets a bit awkward when you're sitting in commentary and they get really close. So you're all right, mate. You're still trying to sign in?
Yeah, well, so I can't even sign up. I need to learn how to sign up. Continue. We'll just get me Facebook on there.
TikTok on the old Nokia 3310. 30 seconds so we have to be serious again on TV. And one of them just looked me in the eye. It's awkward. Oh. Welcome back. Halftime here at the Trafalgar Centre in Nelson. The Nelson Giants lead 43-41 over the Otago Nuggets. Hugh Baden here alongside Tom Ingham. And hello to all those watching around Aotearoa around the world on YouTube and on TikTok this evening as we go deep into the bowels of the Trafalgar Centre where Mike Fitchett talks to his team. A lot on the line for the Nelson Giants in this game, Tom.
Yeah, there really is. You know, already right now there is such a cluster in the middle of that table. The Giants sitting second to bottom. But if they do win these last 4 games, they could be up in that mix too. But that has to start tonight. And the Otago Nuggets, if they have anything to say about it, they want to get this win and they ultimately want to end the Giants' season early, which they're right in the mix.
The nervy moments for the Giants. Now they're nervy on the court. At half-time here, we're going to treat you to an absolute show as we see the Chemist Warehouse stats. Don Carey Jr. leading the way for the Otago Nuggets. His fingerprints all over this game.
Yeah, been really impressed with Carey Jr. and sharing the rock, as you'll see very soon too. But the other one there, that Jono Jansen, Jeremy Combs battle is a really good one. And Jono Jansen's doing an incredibly good job of stretching McRae and Combs and Dempsey off the floor as Alex Robinson already having a massive impact in this game in terms of the assist. But Carey Jr. as well doing a great job of both scoring and distributing the ball. And we see the blocks, the volleyball, the middle blockers, Jones and Jansen. Block party.
Josh Aitchison being a nuggety little pest as he has done for so often in his career with a couple of steals as well for the Nuggets. Entertainment continues here at the Trafalgar Centre, and it will after the break as those men in royal blue to keep their season alive against the Otago Nuggets, who are playing for nothing but pride here in the South NBL with just a few weeks to go until the playoffs. The Giants lead the Nuggets 43-41, third quarter coming up after the break.
Righty.
So now we're back on TikTok. This is a fun thing. This is my first TikTok game.
We're in the mix.
You bet you've logged in.
Hey, I've got in. Not showing my username in case. There are kids at Nelson Intermediate watching this. Where's the rugs coverage? Not on TikTok, champion.
Give you a score update.
Yeah.
Root it for anyone, though. Crusaders Blues semi-final.
I'm a Highlanders man personally, so it's been a bit devastating seeing the.
Are you a Highlands man after the old classic go down to varsity and fall in love with the Landers? That vibe? Or?
Nah, my granddad, my family's from Dunners, but
nice.
Yeah.
It's still 14-all.
14-all. You are kidding. Got some Go Nuggets on the chat too. Bit of a Nuggets presence.
I'd say that Dunedin will probably be more of a TikTok vibe than Nelson.
You reckon that
It's the Giga City, isn't it?
Pardon me?
It's the Giga City, isn't it?
The Giga City.
Yeah, didn't it win that all that FIBA a few years ago and all this?
Yes, they did. They did.
Yeah.
They are. Oh,
Let's get to the next video, mate. We'll lose a viewer.
Look at that. What do we got at the moment? 47 viewers. GIN. You see one of the most famous mascots in the league.
One of the great booties in the league on the GIN.
Yeah. Wonder if they know they're on TikTok.
They probably do. At least they probably know how to log into TikTok.
Yeah, well, makes a few of them, me not included.
This is quite fun. We get to switch from sort of professional mode to unprofessional mode.
Yeah, some serious banter happening.
Started a TikTok account once. Thought, here we go. I'm going to give this a red hot crack. Become an influencer. Got about 10 followers. Stopped posting. Probably lost the password, and that's my TikTok career.
Yeah, I was about to say that this might be the first and last because if the kids that I teach find out that I'm on TikTok, it will be a
She's all like that.
wrap. So, you know, enjoy this while you can. And
is there any cool secrets we can give away on TikTok during the Who's your character? I've got my 6-year-old son sitting next to me on the bench. Thankfully, he doesn't know what TikTok is just yet.
Oh, he's betting on the Nuggets. Well, my favourite Otago Nugget, Phil Jones.
Yeah, especially followed by Tom Ingram might pitch it. Who's your favourite Otago Nugget? Matt Bardsley for both of us, I'd say, of the current crop. Big Matt Bardsley fan.
Yeah.
He gave me a bit of shit in the media. Did you hear that when I called him Mr. Irrelevant?
Mr. Irrelevant.
Oh, we've got to be serious in 3 seconds.
Yo.
Well, welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. Third quarter, just a couple of minutes away. And everyone for the Giants who lead 43-41. Big Ernie Kurzmelin on the side of your frame there. Part of the Giants training staff. And a couple minutes until the third quarter. Tom, you've spent many moments in Mike Fitchett team talks and half-time. What do you reckon the message would be? The slender 2-point lead going into the second half where the season is on the line.
Well, to be honest, I think in terms of what Fitch is going to be saying, like, this is up to you guys. How much do you really want it? This is a game, I mean, you know you need to win, and this is a team that is below you on the table. So if you're not going to front up this second half, ultimately this last month of the season doesn't really mean too much. So this is a real test of the Giants' character. Are they willing to work through a bit of adversity? Because, you know, this Nuggets team, they have played with pride all season. Like we talked about, even though, you know, the wins haven't come in bunches or at all really, they've continued to show up, continued to fight, and I'm sure they would like nothing more than to end the Giants' playoff hopes. Nuggets have definitely broken the Giants' hearts a few times over the years, you know. That 2022 semi-final, I know for Giants fans, I know for myself, still personally stings. So, you know, the Nuggets, they're adept to this. They know what they're doing, and it'll be a big second half.
Have been a bit of a bogey team for the Giants over the last 5 years. The Otago Nuggets.
Yeah, they really have. And I mean, in terms of this game right now, you've got guys that are starting to make contributions all over the floor from the Otago Nuggets. I really like the pace that they're playing with, starting to push the tempo a wee bit. And then I like what they're offering in terms of defense. And if it wasn't for some Hayden Jones magic for that back end of that second quarter, the Giants could find themselves in a wee bit of a hole right now. So 43-41, low scoring, but we are in for a heck of a finish, I reckon.
Mike Kelly with some final instructions to his team, who will continue to rely heavily on Don Carey Jr. in the second half, no doubt. He's the only Nugget in double digits. Jeremy Cohen's the only Giant in double digits.
And I'm really just interested to see how the Giants come out here. You know, the Nuggets have done a really good job at, you know, knuckling down in that post and not allowing McRae, Combs, easy catches. So will the Giants go to something else? They had some success in the Hayden Jones pull-up. They had some success with Andrew Jones catching shooting threes as well as Sam Dempster. So do you make that change if you're the Giants, or do you keep going back to the well? And like we talked to John O'Jansen about at half-time, is that something they're going to utilise and use against the Giants?
Ball action becomes Giants ball. Here we go.
back underway in the third quarter. Robinson around the McKay screen. Flies it over to Andrew Jones. McRae in the low block. Bardsley on him. Straight with the double team is Don Carey Jr. He comes up with the rock too. So a turnover to start the third quarter for the Giants, but not looking was Jalen Seabury. And that pass goes straight into the corporate seats.
And that's unfortunate because that's a great job there from Carey Jr. defensively, but not quite able to execute that pass. I think McRae needs to get moving earlier, make a quicker move, not assess the floor so much.
Combs as Andrew Jones comes off the off-ball screen. Giants will be looking for a bit of penetration. 6 seconds to go. Carey Jr. again with a steal. Aitchison comes down with 3-on-1. Finishes with his left hand.
And great job there from Aitchison. Took the time, extended with that left, but again, Carey Jr. making his mark on both ends of this game.
Robinson, everything but the finish, and there was a bit of chat that the rim was touched. It was touched. So, goaltending the call. Basket counts.
And I love that from Robinson straight away. Starting to get some guard presence attacking on the rim. You see, yeah, Bardsley a wee bit guilty there, getting the rim and a wee bit of the net on that one.
Oh, to be that bouncy.
Yeah, could not tell you. Even on my best day.
Here comes Seabury. Giants giving Aitchison a bit of space. He's trying to get the ball to Don Carey. Andrew Jones doing a good job with the deny. Jansen has to put up the pleasure too, and he gets it to go.
And it's like we talked about, if you're Jansen, keep doing that because, you know, it'll start to stretch those Giants bigs out, and then you start being able to attack the cup if you are the Nuggets guards.
Robinson. And the Giants really struggling to get the ball, even get 2 feet in the paint as Cal McRae's in the right place for the offensive rebound, and there's that deft touch of his with his left hand.
And bailed out by the size of Callum McRae, but if you're the Giants right now, the ball is just moving side to side with no real intent to get into the paint or anything, so there needs to be more assertiveness for the Giants down the offensive end.
Jansen. Back to Bardsley. Bardsley sizes up Liam Judd. Quiet game from Judd so far. Great pass. Bardsley in the corner. Carey Jr. for 3. High off the front rim. Bardsley up there for the rebound, but Combs comes down with it. 2-on-1. Jones stepping and finishing.
That is a tough finish from Andrew Jones. You know, we Euro. Jono Jansen did a really good job to stay in front, but then just able to extend, get it up. Tough finish.
Bardsley 2 feet in the paint. Back to Aitchison. Jansen hands it off. Here's Carey Jr. Beautiful step into the lane. Everything but the finish, but he's still there. McRae eventually comes down with it. Robinson drops it off. Judd. Jansen does well. Who comes down with that one? Combs. Jansen eventually. Frenetic stuff here at the Trafalgar Centre. Carey Jr. Oh, blocked from Combs. Came out of nowhere.
And love that from Combs. You know, didn't quite get the finish down the other end. Makes the effort to come back. Still wanted the foul call down there, but able to get back and get that block. I think if you're the Giants, you have to push that tempo. Keep it upbeat. Not allow the Nuggets defense to get set.
Here's a replay of the Combs block. Meanwhile, the inbound pass comes straight off Liam Judd, size 14s.
Is he really size 14?
I don't know. I still want to undersell him live on TV, you know. It could be devastating for a young man like that. As Bardsley misses the layup. Robinson, Judd. Rangy step into the lane, shrugs off the defender and finishes.
And love that from Liam Judd. Really took the time. As you see right now, the Nuggets want to talk about it.
Well, I think Mike Kelly wants to talk to the referees more than anything. He's not happy with the off-ball contact he seems coming from the Giants. Thankfully, the gestures and the animations are pretty much showing exactly what he's saying. We don't even need a mic on him.
Outstanding.
Point made from Mike Kelly as he makes his way to the huddle.
And again, great job there from Liam Judd. You know, this is a guy that's shown that he can shoot the rock, but takes the time there, really patient, able to bump contact. And again, a tough finish. A couple of them now from the Giants. No, it'll be interesting to see how, again, will the Nuggets respond. It's been really seesawish as we see the MBS gun is back in the mix. Oh, my. Point that away. What are we doing?
Let's see how this one goes. Oh, even she's surprised at how ferocious that was. Oh, 51-45. 6 minutes 40 to go in the third quarter. Jeremy Combs still worried about that foul call from a few possessions ago. It was like when he came down and got the block, it's like, do I get the foul call now? I've got the block.
If only it worked
wrong
like
into the
that.
court. Here we go. We're back underway. As the Nuggets will inbound. The pressure from the Giants on the inbound. The trap. Oh, the pass is a semi-dusty one, but ends up with Matt Bardsley and 100 mile an hour towards the rim. Dubbed with the rebound. The Giants go the other way. Combs wants it thrown up. He gets it. He throws it down with 2 hands. Rattles the rim.
And that's where the Giants are most effective, out and running. Heck of a quick pass, and Combs, sneaky bounce there.
Carey, nice inside pass to Jansen. Patient move, can't get the finish. Seabury over the outstretched hand of Judd. Go the call from the Giants bench. Looking to add to their 8-point lead. Alex Robinson Jr. inside to McRae. Great seal, great find, great finish.
That is an absolute seed from Alex Robinson. You know, took the time, the bounce pass, and to get it to bounce up on a big 7'1" guy like Cal McRae. Heck of a pass.
Aitchison looking to go to work on McRae. He's fouled. I think that might be charged to Alex Robinson.
Yeah,
No,
great.
Cal McRae, sorry, that's his third.
Yeah, great.
The alley-oop. Sorry, Tom, again. You settle down, mate. Would you see the Jeremy Combs dunk? All right, Tom, what do you got for us?
Forgot what I was going to say. No, a great job there from Aitchison, you know, able to take the time to take the contact, you know, shooting 2 free throws. I think what you had to say was a bit better than what I had to say, to be fair.
Make some noise, Nelson. Let's hear that.
10-point game after a flurry of action from the home team. Aitchison misses his first free throw.
Let's do that again.
Pizza on the line. Bit of pressure. Balances books for a living. Denies pizza by night. 55-46. McRae sets the screen. Rolls to the hoop. Jones catches shoot in front of the Nuggets bench. High off the front line, rebounded by Darcy Knox.
And straight away you see a wee bit of smoke and mirrors in terms of pressure, but the Nuggets flowing really well into their offense.
Jansen to Aitchison. Oh, nice cut from Jono Jansen, but he just can't get the finish. He gets the offensive rebound, though, and he owns the foul.
And he'll go for 2 as well. You know, great job from Jansen. He would have liked to have that one back and put it in the easy way, but he's going to have to earn them at the Chemist Warehouse.
3 fouls on Liam Judd now, and 3 fouls on Cal McRae. So just a little to think about for Mike Fitchett with 15 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, and then also you got a few guys on a couple of fouls too who are prominent players for the Giants. So, you know, something to be aware of. They need to make sure they're staying upright, keep them hands out. But Jono Jansen able to be the beneficiary.
2 fouls on Andrew Jones, Alex Robinson Jr. and Lachlan Crate as well. Robinson goes around a few Cal McRae screens. Throws it up to the big man out of Palmerston North, who finishes.
Yeah, bit of a bizarre action there, to be honest. Kind of ran through a few Cal McRae screens and twists, but at the end of the day, got the switch, threw it up. Big size disadvantage.
Hayden Jones getting ready to check into the game. Carey Jr. fires it over to Jalen Seabury. Almost loses possession, somehow keeps it, somehow puts the ball in the hoop.
Yeah, great great way to stick with it in terms of Seabury. That's as Liam Judd left all alone.
And that's a defensive miscommunication from the Nuggets. Oh, the Giants look to put the half-court trap on, and Darcy Knox might have got away with a backcourt violation there as Seabury finds about to Aitchison. Baseline three, in and out. Jensen with the rebound and the delicate putback.
Yeah, and that one there, great. It's a good shot from Aitchison, but too easy of an offensive rebound from Jono Jensen if you're the Nelson Giants.
Robinson. Back to Andrew Jones. 8 on the shot clock. Jones, 3-ball. Looks good. Is good.
Yeah, big hit. And the Nuggets are switching all screens right now. So McRae is going to keep rolling down to the block, and it really makes an impact if a guard can hit threes like that.
Andrew Jones up to 13 points. Carey Jr. puts up the contested three. Rebounded by Jones this time. His first of this contest. Oh, the crossover. The Euro. A wild pass. Wanted a whistle that didn't come. Thought he was tripped. Did Andrew Jones. As Carey Jr. comes the other way. Seabury just saunters into a 3-ball. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Jeremy Combs. His 9th rebound to go with 14 points so far.
And after a relatively slow pace, we're now starting to see both teams get up and down a wee bit. See Robinson straight back to the cup.
Can't get the finish. McRae in there causing a nuisance of himself, but Jansen comes down with the rebound. Here's Seabury. He looks so relaxed with his movement, just Jalen Seabury, and that's an easy finish.
Yeah, it really was. And again, like we talked about, Nuggets out in transition. It's been effective for them.
Drew Jones looking inside for McRae. The big man finding all the space. Can't get it to go the first time. He does the second. And it's like a dad playing with his sons out there, eh, with that extra height.
He is a large human being, and I tell you what, if they are going to switch, he needs to continue to roll down. They're going to have to start to send help if you're the Otago Nuggets. Can't be that easy.
Jensen fouled, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Jono Jensen does a really good job at setting screens and getting out of them really quickly. It's like we talked about in terms of his mobility, being able to put the ball on the floor, being able to shoot the 3-ball. He's having a heck of a game, Jono Jensen. 15 points, 12 rebounds already, 3 of them offensive. So, you know, even though he's a wee bit undersized compared to Callum McRae, well, everyone's a wee bit undersized compared to Callum McRae, but Jensen's doing a fantastic job down there.
Hayden Jones back into the game. Jensen gets his first free throw to go.
Come on, block.
His second doesn't, and Crate comes down with a rebound. Oh, the pass. Kept under control by Combs, and the Giants make a bit of something out of nothing after a slightly dusty pass from Alex Robinson. Jeremy Combs to the line for one more.
Yeah, lucky that one fell into the hands of Jeremy Combs. I think if you're Max Stoddard there, you had your hands on Combs, you got to foul him. You got to make sure he doesn't get that shot up, because Combs he's a strong individual and it's not easy. But if you've got your hands on, you may as well make the most out of the foul. Put him to the line, make him earn them.
And Kevin Smiley coming in for the Otago Nuggets.
Converts a 3-point play to Jeremy Combs.
And if you're the Giants here, this is really important. You've got a 12-point lead. You're the Nuggets. Can you bring it within single digits for this next wee bit?
Stoddard looking to thread that pass through. They get away with it to the Nuggets. Carey, Smiler reset. 8 on the shot clock. Another tap pass from Stoddard. Knocks in the corner. 3-ball doesn't go. Rebound. Dempster, his 4th.
And straight away, Robinson pushing the ball. This is where the Giants are effective. He can get downhill. Everything but the finish.
Darcy Knox over to Smiler. Jensen, 3-ball. Pure from Jono Jensen.
Tickled the twine, as you love to say, Mr. Bain. And there he just absolutely stepped into that. Love that from Jono Jensen.
Robinson looking to fire back with 3 of his own. Dempster taps the offensive rebound back to Hayden Jones. 10 on the shot clock. For the 19-year-old, he skips into the lane up with the inside hand. The foul called on the floor. So they're inbound from the sideline.
And important for Jones that he continues to attack for this Nelson Giants team. You know, he is the scorer off the bench, so he needs to make sure that if the ball is in his hand, he's making the absolute most of those opportunities.
Jeremy Cones takes the seat and Aston Inwood into the game for the first time tonight. Jones finds Dempster, gets it straight back. 6 on the shot clock, 2 feet in the paint. Step back from the elbow, Hayden Jones for 2.
He's showing it going right. He shows it going left. The Nuggets have gone away from switching due to the impact of McRae. Jones the beneficiary of that one.
Craig doing a good job. Stay on Carey Jr., who eventually earns the foul.
Craig doesn't like it. We'll have to see the replay, but Carey Jr. getting downhill. He draws that contact. Able to get to the line. Hard to tell from here.
Well, it's a veteran drive as well from Carey Jr.
And he does such a good job of, you know, keeping that aggression high, getting to the cup. And when you're doing that and you're constantly pushing the tone, setting the tempo of that, you're going to draw the contact, you're going to get fouls. And Carey Jr. been to the line quite a few times tonight. This is his 10th and 11th free throws.
.35 seconds to go in this third quarter. It's a 9-point game in favour of the Nelson Giants as they look for the 2 for 1. Dempsey can't get the 3 to go. Aitchison comes down with the long rebound.
Aston Inwood into the game too. Good wee tip, trying to keep that ball alive, but Nuggets may get the last shot of this quarter. Still a wee bit of time difference.
A 3-second differential shot clock and game clock as Carey Jr. looks to orchestrate proceedings with 10 seconds to go. Bounce pass to Aitchison. Drops it into Stoddard. Jones with a good contest. 3 seconds to go. Who's going to come down with it? Oh, Smiler might get the last say of this one. Puts up a prayer that isn't answered. 3 quarters in the book. Scrappy into the third quarter. The upshot is the Giants lead by 9. 10 minutes to go in this one. I remind you, they need a win to keep their season alive. Can they do it? Fourth quarter coming up after the break from the Trafalgar Centre.
Round of applause for Cage. Go and make another. Let's see if we can get a whole pizza here. You ready? Go. As soon as the shot.
TikTok.
They're back to grab a pizza slice.
How art thou?
Cage through, Cooper's through, back for slice number 1.
See if these youngsters can make layups better than Sammy D did earlier.
Shot 2.
Sure, is Sammy D on TikTok?
Surely not.
Who we got in the chat?
2 down. Couple more to go.
We got some likes.
That one's off.
Who's got? We need some banter.
Is the real Blondie or the
30 seconds gone.
Night and day in the house. Shout out the Night and Day Otago
10.
Nuggets.
Yes.
What time is it here? It is 8:55 p.m.
4, 3, 2, 1. It didn't come back.
This might. Oh, bucket.
There it is.
This
Who
might-
won?
Well done.
Oh, Crusaders. We try.
Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Last minute in the rugby?
Oh, you are kidding. Right. This league is a professional league. Tim H, 94.
G'day, Tim. How are you?
Feel free to join, Tim.
You dribble.
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. Welcome to all those watching on TikTok. 25% off any large pizza. Sal's Jam 25, the online code, or scan the QR code on your screen. One quarter to go here at the Trafalgar Centre. Who's coming away with this one, Tom Ingham?
Yeah, well, right now it still is anyone's game. You know, the Giants had a good wee push to extend that lead. It has been up and down, but the Nuggets, a wee bit of a deficit now to fight back from. But as we've seen them do so many times, they are not out of this game.
Canis Myler gets us underway. They'll look for Don Carey Jr. Here he is. Looks to drop it into Jansen, who does really well to come down with that pass. Three ball goes up. Rebounded by Robinson.
And straight away, Giants looking to push the tempo. That's where they had success in that third quarter. Have gone straight back to it.
Jones just loses the handle along the baseline, and Smiley comes away with it. Neither team really shooting well from three-point range as Carey drives professionally and finishes.
As he does so well, Donald Carey Jr. catches Hayden Jones just standing up a wee bit, gets him with the tween.
Robinson spinning. Call for the foul is Caleb Smiler, his third.
And often this is a good measure of where teams are at. You see when teams start to get a bit adverse, look at where their huddles are at. When huddles start getting a wee bit disconnected, that's when you know a team might be starting to lose their rag a wee bit. So let's see how that goes. But you see Robinson there, able to draw that contact, gets the line.
We can stay seated. We do have a very quick presentation for the Young Player of the Year award.
Cal McRae currently winning the vote for game MVP on the mixandpeak.com poll. Don Carey Jr. sitting at 23%.
Matty Bardsley. Got a Matty Bardsley fan club in the mix too.
I'd be high on the executive committee.
Yeah.
Of that fan club as Josh Aitchison snaffles the rebound after the missed free throw. 8-point game here with 9 minutes to go. Carey Jr. sees the mismatch and drives straight round Sam Dempster.
And Carey Jr. goes down hard on that one. He's taken his time.
Second foul on Hayden Jones, but the more immediate concern is Don Carey Jr. just clasping that ankle. He might just be having a wee break. Looks like he is. He's up, he's moving freely. Done a lot of work tonight.
He really has. He's earned that break, you know, the blow-by on Dempster. And Jones relatively straight up, but he comes across, and then ultimately that's what leads to that foul. Got to be there first. Jones wasn't quite there first. Carey draws the contact well. Will shoot two.
And look to add to his 17 points so far. Jansen leading the way, 19 points, 12 rebounds.
Yeah, Jono Jansen, like we've talked about, the fact that he is able to stretch that floor and kind of play like a guard and be able to attack bigs has really caused the Giants a lot of issues.
Noise, Nelson.
Makes them both. And makes it a 6-point game. Robinson, now it's picked up beautifully by Smiler. And here come the Nuggets 4-on-2. Seabury all the way, and he finishes.
And great balance and composure there from Seabury. And right now, it's like we talked about, the Nuggets, they've come out, they're right back in this game. Carey Jr. talking for his bench to get up. We have a ball game.
Robinson, 3-ball, too strong. Dempster the offensive rebound. They reset through Hayden Jones, 6 on the shot clock. Jones pulls up from mid-range, rattles it in, Hayden Jones.
Hayden Jones and that mid-range pull-up. If I'm the Giants, get the ball in his hand. Get the ball in his hand, keep making him make plays.
13 points for number 13. Carey Jr. gets a bit of pressure, a great pass to Aitchison. Good ball movement. Smiler drives up high off the glass. He couldn't get any higher off the glass.
Great finish from Smiley. You know, Giants did a relatively good job rotating, but again, Dempster just blowing by on that last wee bit. And Smiley, great finish. Love this from Jones.
Jones aggressively going at Smiley, who does well. Carey Jr. drops it back to Jansen, a little push shot. Oh, Smiler read it well. Jones is down, clutching his mouth.
And reinforcements getting ready to check back in for the Giants, and Combs and Jones.
Jones spinning through defenders, finishing as well. What a move. Hayden Jones to the line for one more.
Loving Hayden Jones's aggression. You know, this is a guy that, you know, midway through this season was struggling probably a wee bit with his confidence, but in these last few games has really started to come out, and double-digit scoring nights have been a regular thing for him, and tonight continuing that up to 15 points.
I've been lucky enough to see a lot of Hayden Jones's schoolboy and representative career from the coaching bench, and you know, it was, Tom, like you mentioned, almost waiting for the moment when he played against men like he plays against his peers, and we've started to see that in the latter half of this season. Here's Don Carey over to Jansen, wide open three, big if it goes, and it does.
Jono Jansen. So this is the interesting thing for Coach Fitchett. Now you're starting to play through more guards' hands in terms of Jones and Robinson, who's now taken a seat. Do you look to go smaller and try combat Jansen?
Aitchison does really well. As Andrew Jones' three ball was off. Carey Jr. again comes the other way. Gets Hayden Jones the bite, puts up the little floater. Jeremy Combs, big rebound. Combs is fouled by Aitchison. He thought he got all ball, and he might have a fair call there.
And yeah, so do his Nuggets teammates. Be interesting as Combs goes down, looks in a wee bit of pain, looks like his eye maybe.
A poke in the eye, I think.
Yeah, Aitchison did a good job staying in front. Combs came to that slow stop. Be interesting to see if he did get the ball here. He's certainly adamant that he did, as Lockie Crate takes a seat and Liam Judd comes in.
Nice little moment between two coaches, just discussing things. A little smile. Let's have a look at the replay here.
I think Aitchison may have a fair case. That is quite a lot of ball. But Combs fouled, and a timeout taken by the Nelson Giants. See the game MVP, Cal McRae, still in the mix, and Matthew Bardsley. The Bards fan club continued to climb up. Carey Jr., and then the Combs, Jones, Jansen. Then we got some right names on there.
Jansen hard done by with 22 and 14.
I believe so too. He needs to be right up there.
Right now, because you're only helping them, right? Okay, one more time. These guys around here, go.
I tell this next few minutes, obviously the rest of this game in terms of what's left to be played is huge, but this next few minutes and how teams come out is really going to dictate this game. If the Giants come out and go on a bit of a run, you know, Nuggets will be pushing uphill a wee bit, but if they make this comeback right now and can, you know, draw this up, man, we could be in for a very interesting last few minutes.
Andrew Jones, Liam Judd, Jeremy Combs, Callum McRae, and Hayden Jones come out of the huddle onto the court for the Giants. A lot on the line tonight. Their season, as well as farewelling a favourite son of a favourite son in Hayden Jones, who heads off to his collegiate career at Wisconsin via the Junior World Cup for the Junior Tall Blacks.
Favourite son of a favourite son. That is a bar.
He'll head off, having gone through a fair bit more pressure than most do in a young career. Not many play in the shadow of their dad's jersey, which is hanging in the rafters, with their dad on the bench as the assistant coach, or in the commentary box as he has been in previous years. Hayden Jones about as close to Bronny James as New Zealand can offer in that regard. Oh, Flynn and Tobias Cameron, actually, I should say as well, but slightly less in terms of the geographical side of it, with where they played in Taranaki.
And the Giants look like they're going to a bit of a 2-3 zone. And then trying to go back to that man as Seabury sees his advantage on McRae.
McRae does well to force him wide and make the shot a little bit tougher. It doesn't drop. 4-point game. Here they come, the Giants. 6 minutes to go. Andrew Jones pulls up from mid-range, wills it to go in, but it doesn't. Seabury comes down with the rebound.
That's a good look from Jones. Comes off, being aggressive. He utilises McRae's size on the screen, but can't get the finish.
Aitchison to Jansen. Looking for Seabury, but he just can't get to him, so instead he drives, and McRae commits the foul. And that's the 4th foul on big Cal McRae. And whether he got ball or not, that's a risky move.
It is, and right now you see Sam Dempster coming into the mix. As Cal McRae wants a quick word with the ref too, as we look here on the replay. Yeah, maybe slightly swiping down a bit more of a difficult angle, but you see the Giants right now going back to that smaller lineup. (23 points and 14 rebounds now for Jono Jansen. Cal McRae continues to climb on the MVP as he takes a seat.
Makes them both, just Jono Jansen, who ironically, looking at that poll, has done a great job at keeping Callum McRae's life pretty tough tonight.
Yeah, definitely has. Like we talked about, that speed advantage is really, he's really been able to utilise that.
Aitchison does well. Stop the Andrew Jones drive, so it forces him into a pull-up from mid-range. Who did that come off last? It didn't go out of bounds. Oh, in Hayden Jones, the beneficiary from Seabury, trying to keep the ball from going out. Yeah, the whistle as Jeremy Combs hits the floor pretty hard.
We see right now Alex Robinson coming back in for Liam Judd. You see right there, great effort from Combs, and then Jones just a lucky one, but Matty Bardsley in with the shoulder.
Well, it'll be Nuggets ball, so I don't think a foul was called. Maybe just a whistle and the confusion with men on the floor and the ball not getting back to where it needed to get.
Yeah, both guys competing. Just part of the game. Happens.
So the ball swiftly into the hands of Don Carey Jr. He's got 7 assists to go with his 19 points. Aitchison with the aggressive first move. Spinning, taking the contact, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, great job there from Josh Aitchison. You know, they closed him out a wee bit hard, and he made sure that he got downhill. Good spin, takes the contact, nearly gets it to drop. Josh Aitchison's guys actually made some solid contributions tonight. Like, currently sitting at 8 points, 4 rebounds with a couple steals as well, and that's what you need from a guy that, you know, is starting and is playing in that 4th, 5th type of role.
Dempster hands it off to Jones. Robinson around the Combs screen. Fires a frozen rope over to Dempster. 3 ball doesn't go. Big offensive rebound from Combs among a pack of Nuggets, and he finishes.
It's a lot of Nuggets bodies in there, but Combs able to push through. Incredibly strong player, and that is a tough finish.
Seabury gets a second chance and puts it in after it's tapped off the rim. And the Nuggets not going anywhere.
And that speaks to the resilience of this team. Even though only 2 wins, they continue to fight.
Jones, great pass into Combs, who can't finish. He's fouled, though. By Jansen, he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And Combs shooting his 6th and 7th free throws, currently 4 or 5. You know, having a great game again, Jeremy Combs. 18 points and 10 rebounds at the moment. But great look there from Jones. You know, he's been so adept shooting that pull-up. Gets Combs on that one with the defense coming up.
Just the first foul for Jono Jansen. Combs gets his first free throw to drop. Extends the lead to 3. And makes them both. There's the clock around to tick over 4 minutes to go in this one. Half court there, and Hayden Jones, who thought he might have been hitting the gentleman's area.
Hit him where it hurts.
3rd foul. Seabury into Jensen. Jones looking to stick on Carey Jr., doing a good job so far. Carey Jr. driving, throws a bit of a wild pass. Seabury has to go and get it. And it's tapped out of bounds by Hayden Jones.
And a great job there from Andrew Jones, got over that screen. Carey Jr., he's a tough cover, stays in front, makes the pass difficult.
3.9 seconds on the shot clock here for the Nuggets. Seabury ripped, and here's Alex Robinson in the open court. The rim grazer, I should say.
I don't know if we can give him that as a dunk, but 2 points regardless. Great job there from the Giants.
6 points the difference.
3.5 minutes to go, 83-77. Aitchison driving, Sam Dempster with the rip. And here go the Giants. Combs, 2-on-2. Fouled hard.
We'll get the
And Combs has spent a lot of time on the floor in these past few possessions. He goes to the hoop hard. The Nuggets, in that instance, we look on the replay.
Well, the Giants were asking for an unsportsmanlike, but I think he's had a fair crack at the ball there.
Yeah. And, Combs does such a good job at, pushing his momentum into the defensive player, and with Carey Jr. going in the other direction, pulls him down, as we see Robinson and Carey Jr. having a bit of a conversation at half court about the foul.
Marty Davison just explained it very well to the Giants and said if the swipe was across the chest here, then that would have been, but it wasn't. It was down at the ball level. And we have a timeout here, so the NBS guns are out, lives are in danger. 3 minutes, 13 seconds to go.
Yeah, and like we talked about, the Nuggets, they've continued to hang around, but as it always does in the Trafalgar Centre, if there is a close game, we get to the end of the game. Oh, sorry, I've been interrupted by the gun once again. But the Nuggets, they've hung around, but this crowd will get loud, so it'll be interesting. The Giants, there's everything to lose with this game, so they have to make sure that they take care of business. But if you're the Nuggets, absolutely nothing to lose, and there's nothing better than when you are out of contention, you can play party spoilers, and they have the opportunity to do that.
So remain composed, I think, will be one of the key messages there from Mike Fitchett to his team. To lead by 6. Trying to keep their playoff hopes alive.
3:13 to go on the clock. 77-83. It is a 6-point ball game. What a big 3 minutes we have ahead of us. And Jeremy Combs from the free throw line.
Combs at the free throw line. Misses the first.
And down the stretch, obviously free throws incredibly important, but if you are going to go to the line, the game does stop. Combs knows he needs to hit these ones.
Misses the second. Jensen comes down with the board. It remains a 6-point game. Just over 3 minutes to go. Carey Jr. Seabury fires it over to Smiler. 5 on the shot clock. Good hand there. Mixture of Combs and Robinson with the defense for the Giants.
And great job smothering, not allowing Carey Jr. to get that easy catch too, as that is a... My goodness.
What a seal. The big man is dues as well, but that find from Alex Robinson was sublime.
And I believe that is Alex Robinson's 10th assist of the evening. So back-to-back double-digit assist game.
And there's a steal as well. He's got Hayden Jones to his left. Dishes the no-look, and Andrew Jones with the finish. It's an Alex Robinson masterclass over the last 20 seconds here at the Trafalgar Centre.
Show time for Alex Robinson, up to 11 assists now.
And a key couple of possessions for the Giants. 3-ball doesn't go. Jones is fouled on the rebound. And Smiler, I think.
And he's going to walk the length of the floor and shoot 2 free throws, I believe. You know, and again, probably who the Giants want to be shooting is Bardsley, but that's a great look from Bardsley. Couldn't quite get it to go. Great crash from Smiler, but, you know, when you're taking time off the clock, allowing them to get 2 easy more points. Isn't quite a BNZ player timeout, however.
Hayden Jones looking to add to his 17 points in what could be his last game for the MBS Nelson Giants. Seems an absolutely crazy thing to say about a 19-year-old.
It really does, but, you know, the Nelson faithful are going to be really excited to see where this young man's career goes.
He makes them both up to 19 points. 2 minutes to go, and that little bit more breathing room for the Giants after a great minute or so. Carey. 6 on the shot clock. Combs does well, but there's a foul there. The basket counts, and he'll go to the line for one more.
And Carey Jr. is so shifty, you know, does a great job sizing up, getting Combs to rise just a wee bit, and then can attack off that right hand. That is a tough finish on the run, but one the Nuggets definitely needed to stay in this game.
Starting to heat up in the back for the Nuggets, though. Starting to get hot for a shot that is the defender.
Makes the free throw.
Carey Jr. now up to, it's over the 20-point mark.
9-point game as Bardsley and Robinson clash in the backcourt. Jones, 2 feet in the paint, drive, the dish, the 3-ball well off from Combs. But Robinson comes down with it. 5 on the shot clock. Robinson puts up a prayer. Combs was supposed to be there, but he was just a second too late. And the Nuggets come the other way through Matt Bardsley. Hands it off to Jonathan Jansen, and misses it.
Andrew Jones with a rebound.
Combs and Robinson. Robinson goes himself this time and takes the high percentage points.
And a massive job. They're able to get the stop. Robinson out and running. Starting to get desperate for the Nuggets.
That one is a foul.
There's no arguing there.
So Jansen will go to the line looking to add to his 24 points. And that's a 4th foul on Hayden Jones with a minute to go in this one.
We're getting some chance. It sounds like a Will Blight. Maybe a Will Blight appearance is being asked.
Well, he's the third of the young men heading off to the Junior World Cup alongside Lockie Creighton and Hayden Jones. Jansen knocks that ball out of bounds.
Jones wanted the foul on that one, but, you know, Jansen does a really good job getting up and in. You need to make sure time is ticking out. They need to be up and in, making life difficult for the Giants.
Well, Jonathan Jansen takes the seat, and with 52 seconds to go, we probably won't see him again tonight, but shout out to Jonathan Jansen, 25 points, 15 rebounds. Great game.
Monster effort from Jansen. He's been incredibly impressive tonight.
Hayden Jones looking to put a flourish to the end of his Giant season. Gets his own offensive rebound. What's a whistle that doesn't come? Smiler looking to go the other way. Seabury tapped out of bounds, and it will be Giants' possession.
And that could be the beginning of the end for the Otago Nuggets. Seabury not happy about it at all. Might have to look the replay, but ref calls off Seabury's knee. So we see here on the replay, Smiler. Oh, yeah, I don't know if that was off his knee.
Back with a live action as Dempster throws the pass up to Hayden Jones. 30 seconds to go. Here is Jones. Thought about the 3 instead. Drives. Takes the contact. Can't finish. Gets his own rebound again.
Hayden Jones gives another turn back to Robinson.
Matt Bardsley commits the foul.
Push Jones to the line.
And there's Chancellor Will Blight around the stadium, and he is going to be rewarded by Mike Fitchett. A young man out of Waimea College,
for the last time.
About to head over to the Junior World Cup.
The under-19s. Ladies and gentlemen.
Playing his last game for the Giants this season, and he's going to get a few seconds at the end of the game, and a nice touch from the Giants coaching staff.
How good would a putback dunk be here for young Willie Blight?
Combs makes the second. Well, it's been a valiant effort from a Nuggets team, Tom, who, you know, on the ladder don't have anything to play for. I think Mike Kelly will be pretty happy with their effort.
Oh, look, they've been like that all season, this Nuggets team, and, you know, even though the results haven't gone their way, they are by no means an easy beat. So, you know, they can take a lot of solace in the fact that, you know, they've turned out, they've showed out, and they've given this Giants team a heck of a run and a bit of a fright in some patches, but ultimately, Giants did just enough to get the job done.
Can we get everyone on their feet, ladies and gentlemen? If you can, please stand.
The NZ player timeout.
No, sit. Okay,
Cool by the Nuggets.
Not joking, sit down. Has everyone checked under their seat for that lucky number, by the way?
And we see the Giants announcers got everyone on their feet, but has then sat them straight back down for the BNZ player timeout. Ticket to the big game, scan the QR code for a chance to win tickets to the season's big games. Chance for the Nuggets to, you know, cut it to single digits.
You know, I can't use that again, right? You're on to me.
So the Giants season will remain alive here. The home games against the Tuatara and the Sharks to come, in an away game against the Airs. As Aitchison throws it up, and they look to get the young fella on the alley-oop.
For our MBS Nelson Giants.
Still 0.7 seconds to go as a stuttering end to the game here at the Trafalgar Centre.
Yeah, the Giants fans starting now get on their feet. The third home win in a row after a 410-day losing streak.
94-82.
At the Trafalgar Centre. Just a reminder, if you could please stay seated. There is a quick presentation following the game tonight. A very quick presentation. Head coach Mike Fitchett.
So with the Giants farewell, their young trio off to the Junior World Cup and beyond. They do so with a win. And a win that keeps their season alive with 3 games now to go. For the Nuggets, the losing streak continues. Not through any lack of will or effort tonight, that's for sure. This is Giants team fought to the end for their 3rd straight home win. Cal McRae comes away with the mix and pick game MVP. And on night where the Giants farewell some youngsters is here from their assistant coach and Hayden Jones' dad, Phil Jones, is with Tom Ingham.
Here with Nelson Giants assistant coach Phil Jones. Philly, bit of an emotional night tonight. Hayden's obviously last game in the Nelson Blue. Talk to us a wee bit about his journey and what he was able to do tonight.
Yeah, I guess last game this year, maybe we see him again, maybe we don't. But I think probably the last 3 or 4 games he started to play a good style of basketball, you know, which is good because he's got a big tournament coming up in a big area over in America. So hopefully he can take that over there.
And the Giants boys tonight, a bit of a scare from the Nuggets. They came out and fought, but ultimately, what do you think of the boys' effort tonight?
Yeah, I think, you know, they hung in there. It was a grind. You know, the Nuggets have nothing to lose. They're a good team. They coach well. They came here. They played really well. But you know, we did enough to get a W. So let's see what we can do for the next 3 games this season.
Do or die, mate. Enjoy.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, there's Phil Jones' jersey, number 13, hanging in the rafters.
Head coach Mike Fitchett, firstly, mate,
Played a part in that 94 and 98 championship.
A little bit stressful. Nuggets did a great job coming in.
And that's a presentation on the court here for the Giants as they're going to hand out their Young Player of the Year award. We don't have to second watch it. We'll put up the Chemist Warehouse stats. I'll ruin the surprise and tell you that Hayden Jones has won the Young Player of the Year award. That's why they're giving away now. But as we see the points here. Jeremy Combs, Johnny Jansen, we talked about it, but what about the game from Combs?
Yeah, Jeremy Combs, you know, as he's done so often this season, makes such a big impact in terms of attacking the hoop and does a really good job generally sharing the ball too. 3 assists tonight, but throughout, you see the rebounds as well in terms of Jeremy Combs, Johnny Jansen, a heck of a battle tonight, but contributions throughout in a highly competitive game. Alex Robinson Jr., as he's done, the Don, so often 11 assists, his second consecutive game with double digits. So we go through Kerry Jr. also sharing the ball, getting his team involved. The beach volleyball party in terms of Hayden Jones, Jono Jansen getting up and sending a few blocks, but the steals was a big one. It's quite Sam Dempster, as he does so often without even realising, contributing to the game.
Upcoming fixtures here, Saturday at 6:30, the Saints taking on the Tuatara. Hawks Airs Sunday at 2 o'clock, and 5:30 the Sharks Bulls from the Shark Tank. Wednesday, it continues again. The Giants need to get the win against Taranaki Airs on 6 o'clock on Wednesday night to keep their season alive.
Might not be a surprise to everyone here, but
From the Trafalgar Centre, that's us for the season. Myself, Hugh Baden, Tom Ingham, as I'll be coming from Auckland for the rest of the season. It's been our pleasure. Look forward to watching the Sales NBL with you for the rest of 2025. Giants 94, Nuggets 82.
I hope we see him back on the Trafalgar Centre.